This is Ridgefield Raptors baseball. The pregame show starts right now.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex and Ridgefield Raptors baseball for a three-game series that begins tonight. It's the Raptors hosting the Yakima Valley Pippins tonight. A 6:35 first pitch to open up a three-game series, a rematch between these two teams, and the two teams atop their respective divisions. Yakima Valley with the outright best record in the West Coast League. They are 7-2. The Ridgefield Raptors have an 8-4 record at this point, tied with the Corvallis Knights as the best team in the Southern Division. We are a quarter of the way through the season here in the West Coast League summer of 2021, and at the halfway point to the halfway point, when one team in each division gets an automatic berth to the postseason after 24 games, Corvallis is on their way to being neck and neck when they play Corvallis as the final series of the first half. That'll be early in July when Corvallis and Ridgefield match up, and right here it's the two teams atop the Southern and Northern divisions, and a matchup that pits the two teams that faced off just 10 days ago when the Yakima Valley Pippins took all three up in Yakima against the Raptors. And now Ridgefield has a slightly different lineup here tonight, taking on the Pippins in Game 1 of this home series. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Warden with the play-by-play tonight. Let's get you the starting lineups here. First for the Raptors, batting first, wearing number 6 and playing the 6th position, the shortstop, batting .279 on the year, John Peck will lead off. Behind him, the right fielder out of Cal State Fullerton, Caden Connor, will come to the plate. Then batting third, the first baseman on a 12-game hitting streak, Kobe Morales out of Cypress College. Then the cleanup hitter and designated hitter, Will Chambers, batting .391 and the league leader in slugging percentage. Cole Ehrman bats fifth, the catcher from Cal State Fullerton, batting sixth out of College of the Canyons, the left fielder, Tafton Hensley, making his return to the West Coast League play. Did play in the non-league games this weekend, but coming back from a hamstring injury. Good to see him back in the lineup. Batting seventh in center field, making his West Coast League debut. In fact, the next two players in the lineup both playing their first game against a West Coast League team. Micah McDowell batting seventh, the center fielder, and Patrick Stark batting eighth, and the third baseman. Both of them made starts this weekend in non-league games, but their first official West Coast League debut tonight. And batting ninth, the second baseman out of Linfield, Tanner Jocks. On the hill tonight for the Ridgefield Raptors, made his first start of the season in Ridgefield's opening game of the year in play back on June 2nd. Ryan Pitts takes to the mound. Ryan out of Lower Columbia College will get his third start of the year. For the Yakima Valley Pippins to lead off, the guy who hit the game-winning ground ball against Ridgefield in the series opener up in Yakima against the Raptors, who has not played since then, is Taylor Holder, starting in left field, leading off at the University of Oregon. Batting second, the shortstop out of Gonzaga, Connor Cobalis. Batting third, the first baseman, Willie LaJoie from Chico State. The cleanup hitter and center fielder, Noah Williamson, with a .400 average. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Mason Marenko. Behind him, and the catcher, batting sixth, Sam Olson. Batting seventh in right field, Alex Shanks. Batting eighth, Austin Plante, the designated hitter. And rounding out the nine, the third baseman, is Chaz Myers. All right, we are ready to get underway. Yakima Valley in their neon green unis with the gray pants, while Ridgefield sporting the white caps, red jerseys, and white pants as we are ready to get underway. Ryan Pitts on the mound to start out this series, a critical one for both teams looking for playoff positioning, and Ryan Pitts plunks Taylor Holder on the first pitch of this ball game, and Taylor will trot down to first to get aboard. Taylor, who that's the first pitch he's seen since hitting a ground ball toward short. First pitch in a West Coast League game that he's seen since that series opener against Ridgefield when he hit a ground ball past short and won the game in 12 innings, a walk-off ground ball. He gets aboard via a hit by pitch here to open up this game and this series to bring up Connor Cobalis The shortstop batting .250 on the year. This time Pitts locates better. A fastball down the middle for strike one. Just getting started, top of the first inning. Runner on first, nobody out for the Raptors, coming off a 3-game sweep against the Bend Elks in their most recent West Coast League games. A couple non-league contests this weekend when they split a pair against the Northwest Star Nighthawks. 0-1 pitch is hit up high and foul from Caballas, the Gonzaga Bulldog, who finds himself in an 0-2 hole against the Raptors. Caballas with a 3-hit game against Ridgefield partway through that series, and then the next day went 0 for 4 as the Raptors figured him out. Yakima Valley, a lot of hits in that opener, nearly got him on the pickoff attempt down to first. Pitts trying to get Taylor Holder, but the youngster gets back. Has spent just 1 year down in Eugene for the University of Oregon. And Holder now getting some playing time in the West Coast League. Ryan Pitts, a right-hander, working out of the stretch, and the 0-2 pitch up by the hands. And ball one from Ryan, who stands at 6'2", 210 pounds, out of Lower Columbia College, where he has played for 2 years for the Red Devils. Will go back for a 3rd year, get his associates, and he hopes heads on to a 4-year institution. As a 1-2 count against Connor Caballas with a runner on first. Time is called. He throws one that would have been strike 3, but Caballas stepped out and no pitch is called. Time as Pitts was going into the delivery, and so it'll stay a 1-2 count. Runner on first, no scorers. We're just getting the top of the first on the road. Here comes Pitts with the 1-2 pitch, down low, blocked by Cole Ehrman, his battery mate. Defensive alignment has Patrick Stark at third base, John Peck at short, Tanner Jocks at second base, Kobe Morales holding the runner on at first. A 2-2 pitch upcoming from Ryan Pitts. Decent-sized lead from Taylor Holder from first base. Ryan out of the stretch, deals the 2-2, hit on the ground to second base, fielded by Jocks, goes to Peck to short, and on to first to Morales, and it's a double play, and the Raptors wipe out the hit by pitch. 2 down and nobody on for the Raptors. Good work by Ryan Pitts to come back after the inning opening hit by pitch on the very first offering of the ball game. And he follows it up with a 4-6-3 twin killing. 2 down, nobody on. And Ryan 1 out away from facing the minimum here in the first, but a good hitter at the plate. Out of Chico State, a 5'11", 190-pound first baseman, and Willie Lajoie, who takes the first pitch. And off speed that falls in for a strike. Willie, a descendant of the baseball legend, former pro player Nap Lajoie, the Frenchman, and Willie a descendant of his, as a 0-1 count. Slider that just is below the zone. 1-1 is the count. Willie, the younger of the Lajoies, playing first base today. He's batting .361 on the year, has a trio of doubles, 1 triple, 8 RBIs on the season for the right-hand batter. 1-1 pitch up high. 2-1 from Ryan Pitts. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first. Pitts, who's 20 years old, has pitched for 2 years for LCC. Has had a great start to the season. He's 1-0 and has not allowed any earned runs other than 1 game, and that was against Yakima Valley. Off speed on the 2-1, and it is in for a strike. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. He gave up 4 earned runs in that start against Yakima Valley and got chased in the 4th inning. Prior to that, he had no runs and no games where he gave up more than 2 walks, but he allowed 7 walks in that game. This one hammered down the left field line on the 2-2 pitch. It drops in for the first hit of this ball game. Tafton Hensley comes over to cut it off. Tafton returning to the lineup and getting his first West Coast League start in left field this season. He was the primary center fielder to start the year. Micah McDowell taking over center field duties today. His first start in West Coast League play. And Caden Connor returns to right field. Well, that brings up a dangerous hitter in Noah Williamson. Toughest part of the Pippins lineup is the 3 and 4 hole hitters, both of whom near .400 average. In fact, Noah Williamson sitting right at .400 with 2 outs and nobody on. He takes a big swing at the first pitch and does not get it. Noah out of Everett Community College, his 3rd institution he's played for. He's got 5 doubles, leads the team with 3 triples. In fact, he's the only West Coast League player with 3 triples on the season. He's also leading the club with 11 RBIs and 13 runs scored. He's behind 0-1 from Ryan Pitts, who's got 2 outs and 1 runner on. Throws one bottom of the zone and just a touch under. Evens the count at 1 apiece with a scoreless top of the first inning so far. Noah Williamson has ended up at Everett Community College and hopes to play for a fourth college. He's already gone to Point Loma Nazarene and Santa Barbara Community College. Now playing for the Pippins and hitting well. 1-1 pitch is launched to deep left field. If this is fair, it's got a chance to go towards the bullpen, and it will die just in front of the wall against the wind. It had a chance, but the wind denied such an opportunity, and Tafton Hensley makes the catch at the wall to end the inning. It was almost a 2-0 lead in the first for the Pippins. Instead, it's a loud fly out to left field into the wind here in Ridgefield. We head to the bottom of the first inning after a one-hit top of the first, one left on, no errors, and it's the bottom of the first inning. The Ridgefield Raptors coming up in a scoreless ball game.
Join the Ridgefield Raptors for warm sunshine, great food, and exciting top-level college baseball at the Rourke. Bring your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers for a relaxing night outdoors this season. Your group can welcome us on the Les Schwab left field platform, the Leonard Holmes and Dick Hanna grass berms, or the First Centennial and Wellhaven Pet Health picnic areas. There's nothing like a Ridgefield Raptors summer baseball game. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Can't remember the last time you had a tall, ice-cold draft beer? Jog your memory at Buffalo Wild Wings for just $3. Stop by B-Dubs now and get Bud Light poured into a tall 22-ounce glass, all for just $3. Remind your mouth what it's been missing. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Available at participating locations for a limited time. Dine-in only. Prices may vary. Please drink responsibly. Availability of dine-in varies by location.
There are 4 West Coast League games going on tonight. If I had my pick, this one would be the prime-time matchup of the 4 going on. After all, it is the West Coast League first-place teams in the North and South divisions. Granted, Ridgefield tied for first with the Corvallis Knights, who are taking on the Portland Pickles tonight at Walker Stadium. But Yakima Valley with the best overall record in the West Coast League, taking on the Raptors. A 3-game sweep for the Pippins at home, but now the Raptors coming back in the dry weather, the turf field, friendly confines of the Rourke. And John Peck will lead off for the Raptors in a scoreless tie. Bottom of the first inning. Seth Kuykendall, the starting pitcher tonight for the Yakima Valley Pippins, and the Western Oregon Wool deals a first pitch strike to John Peck out of Pepperdine University. John batting .279 on the year. That average dipping below 300 in large part due to the Yakima Valley series where he went 1 for 14, but he's been a great batter all season. Waits on the breaking ball and hits it to short. Fielded by Marenko and throws to first for the out. Good play by Cabalas, throws across for out number 1. And we are underway here in the bottom of the first inning. 6-3 on the ground out by John Peck. It'll bring up Caden Connor to the plate. Connor, a .266 hitter with 7 doubles against West Coast League teams. 6 if you take out that exhibition against Cowlitz, but even if you take it out, he's still tied for first in the West Coast League, and the player he's tied with is the guy on deck. First pitch that Caden Connor sees is a called strike. Kobe Morales in the on-deck circle. He of the 12-game hit streak as well, and 6 doubles tied with Caden Connor. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first inning. No score yet as Seth Kuykendall deals and outside. 1-1 to Caden Connor. Seth Kuykendall out of Western Oregon by way of Spokane, Washington. 6'3", 185 for the right-hander, making his 3rd start of the season. 2 of them have been against the Ridgefield Raptors. The righty out of the windup, deals to Caden, slices one down the left field line. Not hard hit and tails foul. 1-2 is the count from Kuykendall, who has good length in his starts. He went 6 and then 7 innings in his first 2 and gave up 6 and 7 hits in those first 2. 4 earned runs total, so he comes in with a 2.77 ERA. Has given up just 2 walks between those first 2 starts. Caden Connor seems to have broken his bat and requires a replacement, so he'll walk back to the home plate with a new bat for a Ridgefield team that is leading the league with 8.1 runs per game. The team right behind them in scoring is Yakima Valley, 7.4. Actually, a lot of offensive categories have. Double play in the first inning. Pitts working from the third base side of the rubber. The righty deals and a ground ball just wide of first base as called by Mike Carr, the field umpire. The home plate arbiter tonight is Jim Courtney. Ryan Pitts with a 1-2 count now for the Raptors, who swept Bend down in Central Oregon, the most recent series. Here's the 1-2 pitch, off speed, swung on and missed by Marenko. And Ryan Pitts records his first strikeout of the ball game, and it opens up the top of the second in good style for the right-hander. Ryan, who expects to go back to Lower Columbia College, get his associate's degree this year. He's tall, played some basketball growing up, and liked to play corner infield as well. He prefers hitting, but he became a pitcher only not all that long ago as Sam Olson flares off the first pitch. He's the 6-hole hitter today, the catcher out of U of O. Sam is 1 out, nobody on base, and now an 0-1 count in this scoreless ball game. Top of the second inning for Ryan Pitts. Out of the windup, an off-speed pitch that bends in. Good breaking ball, but just misses. Started out at the head of Olson and curves in almost to the zone, but it sets the count at 1-1 apiece with 1 out and nobody on base. Third pitch of the at-bat is again flared off foul. This one up high over the fans and the bleachers along the first base side. Good crowd on hand on a day that was pretty hot earlier, especially out in the bullpen in the turf field, where a lot of the guys were getting as sweaty as they would be on a pregame warm-ups in a cooler day, but it was pretty hot out there. But now the wind blowing in feels a lot cooler. Off the hands on the 1-2, blooped into right field, and this might land for a base hit. Indeed it does. Kobe Morales fields it on one hop. The first baseman ends up a good 30 yards beyond first base. Almost was able to track that one and get underneath it, but the first baseman had good distance on it, but it lands in between Morales and Caden Connor for a 1-out blooping base hit off the bat of that of Sam Olson. And there's 1 on, 1 out for Alex Shanks. So this lineup goes Gonzaga, U of O, and then back to Gonzaga. for Yakima Valley. This is the Gonzaga Bulldog and Alex Shanks, the right fielder today. First pitch slider in there for a strike. Ryan getting that one to fall in. He tried that front door slider moments ago to Sam Olson and just barely missed the zone. This one drops in for a strike. 0-1's the count, 1 out, runner on first, no score yet. Pitts now goes to the fastball, and it's up high, 1-1. Fastball at 87 miles an hour from Ryan. Facing the Mercer Island native, 6', 197 for Alex Shanks, who's batting .269 this summer. Outfield playing fairly deep, infield straight up. Another fastball. This one hit fairly hard, but it'll die in playable right field territory, and Caden Connor jogs in and makes a casual catch in right field. The wind has been blustery a bit today. It played well out to right field this weekend when Will Chambers launched a ball to right field. In fact, a 3-home run day for the Raptors on Sunday. 2 outs now in this inning, runner on first. Next up is Austin Plante. Pitts deals a ground ball wide of first. It'll get into right field for a base hit, and Olson will hold at second. A 2-out single, both of them this inning to the right side. This one hit a little bit harder than the blooper from Sam Olson. Plante gets his second hit of the season. He's now 2 for 12 on the year. In his first playing time against the Raptors this season, did not play in that home series against Ridgefield, and now gets the start as the designated hitter today, and singles in his first at-bat. The 9-hole hitter coming up, Chaz Myers, now with 2 on, 2 out. No score yet here in the top of the second inning. Ryan Pitts coming from the stretch now, looks back at the runner, comes to the plate, and throws outside to Chaz Myers, the third baseman from Brentwood, California, attending the Stockton-based University of the Pacific. 5'10", 175 for Chaz Myers, who has a 1-0 count from Ryan Pitts. Comes set with the ball up by his face, now brings it down at the belt, throws the 1-0, and it's down in the dirt, blocked by Ehrman for ball 2. Ryan has had fairly good control this season. Like I said, has not given up more than 2 walks in any start he's had, but in Yakima Valley he gave up 7. That was the only one, and it was in the rain and different stadium, and it had a rain delay in that game. It was pouring down hard. 2-0 pitch is on the inside half, and just low enough to get the strike. Upper inside part of the zone. Sets the count at 2-1 to Chaz Myers. 2 outs, runners in first and second. No score in the series opener from Ridgefield. Ryan Pitts looking back at second base, checks home, throws the 2-1, and it's low. 3-1 is the count. Yakima Valley sweeping that first series. The first game went to 12 innings and a walk-off that the Pippins won. The second game was not as close. Yakima Valley getting out to an early lead. And the third game, a closer one where it was tied into the 8th inning, but Yakima Valley pulled out a 4-run win. 3-1 pitch is on the inside corner, and strike 2 for Chaz Myers, who started to step over the plate down to first base, but returns to the box, and there are 2 outs, a full count, go-ahead run in scoring position for the Pippins, who have Sam Olson at second base and Austin Plante at first. No score here in the second inning. Ryan Pitts sets the shoulders, steps over the rubber, and looks back the runner to second. Both runners will be going, neither of whom held on. Infield separating, and the biggest hole now is up the middle through the infield. Here comes Pitts with the payoff. It's grounded to short, fielded by John Peck on 3 hops, throws to first a bit wide, but handled by Morales, and the inning is over. So both innings, Ryan Pitts allows 2 runners to reach, but he has not allowed any runs yet. It is still a scoreless ball game as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Bottom half of the second inning here from Ridgefield. No score in this contest yet as the Raptors come to the plate for the second time today. Ridgefield at 8-4. First West Coast League games since sweeping Bend last week. Yakima Valley had an even bigger hiatus from West Coast League play as the Pippins have not played against a West Coast League team since facing Ridgefield about a week and a half ago when the Pippins swept the Raptors in Ridgefield's first road series of the season. Then Ridgefield turned around and gave some payback to Bend, getting a sweep of their own. So they got swept and then applied the sweep at Ridgefield's two road series. Now the Raptors back at home where they're 5-1 on the year against West Coast League teams. Yakima Valley 2-1 on the road. Will Chambers to the plate against Seth Kuykendall. No score, bottom of the second. Will Chambers batting .391 on the year. 3 doubles, 4 homers, not to mention a non-league one a couple days ago. He takes a first pitch ball outside. Will hit a bomb over the grassy berm in right center field that was tracked at 112 miles an hour off the bat and 447 feet from Will Chambers. 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. If he gets a fastball middle in, he'll try to do something similar, although it was a breaking ball that he took that one deep for his 5th home run of the year. 4 in West Coast League games, so we'll say 4 by official number. He hits one hard to left center field, and this one will drop down for the Raptors' first base hit. He's digging around first. He wants an extra base hit. The throw in from center field is not in time, and Will Chambers with a leadoff stand-up double. His 4th double of the year, and Will Chambers starts out the second inning with a hard hit screamer to left center field that gets to the wall. And Chambers is on second base with his first at-bat of the ball game, going for a 2-bagger. Will Chambers leading the league in slugging percentage even before that at-bat with a .767 slugging percentage. The guy who's right behind him at his shoelaces is the guy who fielded that ball in center field, Noah Williamson. Next at-bat is Cole Ehrman. No outs, runner on second. The pitch is up high, just barely. Ball 1 to Cole, who's batting .302 on the year with 1 double and 1 triple. These two batters, the guy currently standing at second base and the guy fielding out in center field, have been maybe the best 2 hitters in the league so far. Breaking ball that stays inside from Kuykendall. It's 2-0 to Cole Ehrman, who hit 4 for 13 in the Yakima Valley series. Hits in each game. A pair of 1 double. His 1 double on the year was against the Pippins. He had 2 RBIs as well on that series. 2-0 pitch, takes a hack at it, and a bit out in front of the 78-mile-an-hour offering. 2-1 is the count. No outs, runner on second. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Will Chambers with a leadoff double, fielded by Noah Williamson out in center field. It was a slightly better batting average than Will Chambers, but Will is ahead in most other categories. Breaking ball in the 2-1 is in there for a strike, evens it up at 2-2. Will is also tied for first or leading outright in walks and home runs and slugging percentage and OPS. But Noah Williamson right up there with him in most categories. 2-2 is the count to Cole Ehrman. Runner on second. Here comes Kuykendall, fouled off the fists and behind home plate. Over the netting and the premium seating here behind home at the Rourke in beautiful Ridgefield, Washington, where the Raptors have these 2 home games to finish out the series tomorrow and the day after. Then they take a short trip down to Portland this weekend to play the Pickles. 2-2 pitch up coming from Kuykendall. The righty comes to the plate, and Ehrman again fouls it back on a pitch up high that he timed correctly, but a bit under it. Keeps the count at 2-2. Bottom half of the inning. Second time at the plate for the Raptors, still scoreless, no outs in the frame. Go ahead run at second base in Will Chambers. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball hit into the mid of Kuykendall. Will Chambers will dive back to second. It was a screamer right back at the pitcher, and Kuykendall barely had to move the mitt to snag it. Ehrman hit it well for what would have been a base hit up the middle, unless the second baseman Marenko would have made a diving stop. But Kuykendall just made a great snag. Can't blame Ehrman on that one. He put a good hit on it, but just right back at the pitcher. Well, that'll bring up Tafton Hensley for his first at-bat in a West Coast League game in 14 days for the Mooresville, North Carolina native. Tafton, an outfielder, takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. Tafton, a bit of a hamstring injury, but he says he's at 90% now, and the speed looks like it's 110%, at least relative to most players. He is a quick player for the Raptors. Stole a couple bases this weekend. 0-1 pitch up by the head. He bends away from it. 1-1 is the count. 1 out. Runner on second. No score. Bottom of inning number 2. Tafton, who originally went to Virginia Tech, transferred to College of the Canyons. And the outfielder, who is batting .333 before he took a bit of a break, 7 for 21 on the year, now comes back for his first start since June 8th. Takes another breaking ball in, and Will Chambers thinks about sprinting down to third as the ball got away from Olsen, but didn't get far enough, and Will probably made the correct choice, so hold at second for Sam Olsen, who covers the U of O logo back up with his catcher's mask. The Oregon Duck, who originally is from Eugene, manages to prevent a wild pitch and advancement of Will Chambers. Seth Kuykendall comes back to the plate with the 2-1s. 2-1 swung on and missed, and it evens the count up at 2-2. 1 out, runner on second. These two at the plate and on base are college teammates. Will Chambers from College of the Canyons. Tafton Hensley also from the Santa Clarita-based JUCO. 2-2 count with Seth Kuykendall on the mound with 1 out. Throws and fouled up, and it will get out of play on the first base side. Ridgefield did not lead too much in the Yakima Valley series, especially that second game where the Pippins got out in front early. But Ridgefield did have a late lead in the opener in the 10th inning. Pippins came back to tie it and won in the 12th. Now Ridgefield trying to take a lead and hold it. It's scoreless right now. Hensley swings at the 2-2 and again fouls it back. Good at-bat for Hensley, who did play this weekend. They were non-league games, so this is his first West Coast League at-bat since June 8th. On the weekend against the Northwest Stars, he went 1 for 7 and stole 2 bases. One of them, he was so quick out of the break at first base that there wasn't even a throw down to second. Here's another 2-2 pitch outside, and after a couple foul balls, he has now worked his way to a full count. 1 out, runner on second. Infield a bit disjointed with the left side of the infield playing straight up, but Marenko, the second baseman, playing near the bag, so a big hole where the conventional second base spot would be. The 3-2 pitch down in the dirt, and Tafton Hensley, an elongated plate appearance that winds up with a base on balls. Puts runners in first and second now for the Raptors after a leadoff double by Will Chambers. Then a well-hit line drive from Cole Ehrman that got caught by the pitcher. Then a walk puts 2 runners on, 1 out, and we'll get a debut now after the long-awaited return of Tafton Hensley. Now we get the first West Coast League at-bat in the career of Micah McDowell out of Oregon State University. Just came into Ridgefield about a week ago. Now gets his first at-bat, and the first pitch he sees swings it into the netting. He did wear the Raptors uniform this weekend and got a few at-bats. In fact, started both games in those non-league contests against the Stars, and now plays his first West Coast League game against Yakima Valley. Has runners in first and second with 1 out. He does not swing at the second pitch. Does get in there for strike 2 on Micah, who's from Halifax, Nova Scotia. 6'1", 193 out of Oregon State. 0-2 pitch upcoming from Seth Kuykendall with 1 out. Deals in up by the elbow of McDowell, who lays off. Played a couple years at Oregon State. Got 20 starts this season for Micah. Has a 1-2 count upcoming. Short leadoff from second for Chambers. Takes a bigger secondary, and the pitch tails outside. 2-2 is the count from Kuykendall. Making a second start against the Raptors. The Pippins got the win when he started in that series a week and a half ago, and now returns to the mound against Ridgefield. Has a 2-2 count to Micah McDowell. Breaking ball hit on the ground to second base, fielded by Marenko, goes to second. Cabalas throws on to first and got him for the double play to end the inning. Ridgefield gets 2 on with 1 out, but a 4-6-3 double play a la the Raptors from the first inning ends the frame. And the Raptors strand 1 to keep it a scoreless ball game. We head to the top of the third inning here from Ridgefield. No score.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-size utilities in the West by J.D. Power 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Top of the order upcoming for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Both teams putting up zeros on the board in the first and second innings. We're on to the top of the third as Taylor Holder steps in the plate against Ryan Pitts. Thanks for joining us from Ridgefield. Ryan on the first pitch nearly got the shoulder of Taylor Holder, who kind of leans into it and looked like he wanted to get his second hit by pitch of the game. Not only does he not get hit, the breaking ball bends in for a called strike. 0-1 is the count to Taylor Holder, who saw 1 pitch in the first inning, got plunked on the back, and now we'll see a longer at-bat. He hits one high and hard in foul territory into deep right field. And it's an 0-2 count to Taylor Holder, who's 0 for 5 on the year. All those at-bats were in one game against Ridgefield. That was on June 11th. Originally was recorded as a hit in his 5th at-bat, so his line was 1 for 5 with a game-winning single. Got changed to an error. Either way, it was a hard-hit ground ball when the infield was playing in the 12th inning with a runner at third. That won the game for the Pippins. 0-2 pitch to Taylor. Outside to the backstop from Ryan Pitts, who's gone 2 scoreless, stranding 3 runners combined. Holder has not played in a West Coast League game since then, although the Pippins have had only 2 games after that in the final 2 games of that series, and they've played only non-league games since then. And so now Taylor gets his second West Coast League game. 1-2 pitch hit hard towards third base, past the diving Patrick Stark, and into left field for a leadoff single. So Taylor Holder gets his first base hit of the season, and he's on first with nobody out here in the third inning. No score yet in this contest between the Pippins, who are on a bit of a win streak, 5 games in a row in the West Coast League, and the Raptors on a 3-game win streak of their own. Not only the 5-game win streak for Yakima Valley, they also had 6 non-league games in between the last Raptors series and now this series against Ridgefield. They won all 6 of them. Ryan Pitts now with a man on first and nobody out will face Connor Cabalas. The first pitch to the shortstop skips off the glove of Cole Ehrman. It was down and away, probably ruled a wild pitch, and that moves Taylor Holder up to second base. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Cabalas at the plate, who hit into a double play in the first inning, and that advancement now wipes out the at least conventional double play opportunity. A 4-6-3 twin killing in the first inning. Now a 1-0 pitch from Ryan, who gets a called strike to Cabalas. 1-1 is the count, nobody on. Scoreless game, top of the third. So with Yakima Valley sweeping Ridgefield at 2 wins against Bellingham to close that series, plus the 6 non-league victories in a row, they are on a hot streak for sure. As Ryan Pitts throws the 1-1 off the hands to second base, fielded and bouncing off the chest of Jocks. He recovers, throws to first, and in time to get the out at first. Good play by Tanner Jocks to recover. That was not an easy play to come back to that ball. Bounced a good couple feet in front of him on what could have been a double play ball had the runner been at first. Of course, with the bobble, he wouldn't have gotten the double play anyways. It does move the runner to third, so Taylor Holder 90 feet away from being the first runner to score in this game. It's top of the third inning. Ryan Pitts now faces Willie Lajoie. Down low, ball one. Tough part of the lineup. This is where Yakima Valley would like to be. Runner in scoring position. And you've got Lajoie at the plate, Williamson on deck for the two team leaders in most offensive statistics. And a 1-0 count to Lajoie. Right-hand hitter against right-hand pitcher. The 1-0 pitch fouled into the netting. And in front of Williamson, who will give way to his assistant coach to grab it. Coaches for Yakima Valley, Kyle Crustangel, the head coach, Kelly Fitzpatrick, pitching coach, and Cash Ulrich, assistant for the Pippins. Ryan Pitts has a 1-1 count with 1 out to Lajoie. Here's the offering. It's flared again. Foul behind home plate. 1-2. Chris Coda, his second year with Ridgefield. Good start to this season for Coda alongside assistant Nick Allen, also joining for his second year, and newcomer pitching coach Daniel Barato. 1-2 is the count. 1 out, runner on third. Ryan deals the 1-2, swung on, and just getting a piece of it is Lajoie. And stays alive for the fifth pitch of the at-bat. 1 out, Taylor Holder on third base, led off this inning with a single. Advanced on a wild pitch and then a ground out by Cabalas to be the 1 out of this inning. No score here in the top of the third. Lajoie back in the batter's box. Ryan Pitts comes set, looks briefly at third base and stares down his battery mate. Throws the 1-2, hit up high and foul again. We'll see a sixth pitch in this plate appearance between Ryan Pitts and Willie Lajoie. The Pippins on that hot streak that has stretched to 11 straight games on their winning streak. That has never been done before in the history of the Pippins franchise, a club that began play in 2014. 1-2 pitch from Ryan Pitts. Breaking ball hit hard through the hole, and it's an RBI for Lajoie on a single to left field with 1 out here in the top of the third inning, and the Pippins lead it 1-0. Scores Taylor Holder for his first run scored in his Pippins career. And Willie Lajoie nabs his 9th RBI of the season. It's the Pippins 1 and the Raptors yet to score. Top of the third inning, and Noah Williamson to the plate, who hammered a ball to left field into the wind that got caught at the track. That looked like it might have given the Pippins a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Now he similarly has 1 runner on, this time with 1 out, and the Pippins leading. Takes the first pitch and hits it up high again. Might be playable on the right side of the infield. Kobe Morales running out of real estate, and it does land out of the reach of Morales towards the fans on the right field side. On the first pitch, fouled off by Noah Williamson, who's got 5 doubles and 3 triples. Originally comes from Las Vegas. Yakima Valley, not a huge home run hitting team, but he does have 1 homer on the year, does Williamson. 0-1 count from Ryan Pitts. Throws and gets the call from home plate umpire Jim Courtney. 0-2 is the count on the fastball from Ryan Pitts. Runner on first, 1 out. 1 run in on the inning from the Pippins, who got all 3 games. The only sweep that the Raptors have lost, only victimized sweep this season. But they're still 8-4 on the year. 0-2 count to Williamson. Holds off on it, and it's outside 1-2. 4 losses on the year by Ridgefield, 3 of them to the Pippins. And that was on the road series. Other than the Pippins, Ridgefield had the 1 loss, and it was by 1 run also. That was against the Pickles. 1-2 count from Ryan. Here comes Ryan Pitts, and it's fouled back into the netting. So some gritty at-bats from the 3- and 4-hole hitters, with Lajoie fouling off a couple pitches on a 2-strike count and then getting aboard via a single to score a run. And now Noah Williamson fouling off a 2-strike pitch himself. Lajoie, who has singled both times at the plate, and now Williamson for a second at bat. 1-2 pitch, hits it up high, and this will also get out of play in back of home plate. Williamson's got a good frame, 6'3", 220. He's got good prospects wherever he ends up. Most recently at the Washington-based Everett Community College up in the Seattle area. Has a 1-2 count with a runner on first, one out. A 1-0 lead for the Pippins. He is hammering it to left field. This one will stay fair, and this one will go over the scoreboard in left center field. The second home run of the year for Noah Williamson, and it gives the Pippins a 3-0 lead. He hit that one hard right off the barrel, and Williamson nearly hit a home run in his first at-bat, and that one was not going to be held by the park this time, wind or not. It gets right over the score. It's Hillhurst Road, and that one sounded good off the bat. Two-run home run by Noah Williamson. Expands his team lead in RBIs. He's up to 13 on the year. Still one out in the inning. First pitch over the head of Mason Marenko, who struck out to lead off the second inning. That scores LaJoie from first base. Williamson touches home for the third run of the inning for the Pippins. 3-0 is the score. 1-0 pitch is a strike from Ryan. Gets back in the zone to even up the count at one apiece. One out, nobody on. Top of the third inning with the Pippins scoring all three of their runs this frame. And Marenko at the plate for a 1-1 pitch. Hits it off the barrel and into the netting over the head of Sam Olson in the on-deck circle. Ridgefield showed some perseverance in the middle game of the series against Yakima Valley, even despite getting down big in the early part of the game. Came back with a lot of offense later on as Pitts skips the 1-2 pitch into the glove of Cole Ehrman, ball 2. One out, a 2-2 count. Even though Ridgefield got down 13-0 in that game, they went on to score multiple runs in 4 straight innings that game. Still lost it, but it's a good fight. Now this one's hit hard to left center field, but it will hold. And left field comes in. Hensley makes the catch. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Top of the third with Sam Olson coming to the plate. So Ryan Pitts trying to limit the damage after the 2-run home run. And if he gets 2 straight outs here, we'll keep it in playable fashion for the Raptors, who are averaging 8 runs a game in West Coast League affairs. So a 3-0 deficit is far from insurmountable. Pitch is inside, ball 1 to Sam Olson, who singled in the second inning but was stranded in scoring position. Ryan Pitts stranding 3 runners in the first couple of innings. But has allowed 3 runs in this third. Then a pitch inside that Sam Olson checks his swing, and upon realizing it was going to be a strike and perhaps he had broke the wrist anyways, he just decides, well, I'm just going to swing the rest of the way, and he rolls the barrel around. Not that it really matters, but might as well take a full swing. 1-1 count now. He takes a more conventional cut at it and fouls it back. 1-1 is the count to Sam Olson. 5'11", 214, a catcher for the Ducks of University of Oregon. He is 6 for 12 on the season for Yakima Valley. 1-2 is the count from Ryan. Breaking ball that nearly caught the shoulder of Olson. Stays inside, 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the third inning, a 3-0 lead for the visiting Pippins, who will stay in town for 2 more days after this. Ryan Pitts back to the windup for the last couple at-bats. Swung on and missed it by Olson, and Ryan Pitts calms things down in the third inning. 3 runs do come in, but he gets 2 outs in a row after the home run. And a good bounce back from Ryan. But nonetheless, it is a 3-0 game. Yakima on top with 3 hits on the inning. They're up to 6 in the ball game. No errors, none left on, and 1 strikeout in the frame. We head to the bottom of the third. It's the Pippins 3 and the Raptors yet to score.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Play ball! Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace, health, and Ridgefield Raptors baseball. A great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, for the first time today, the Ridgefield Raptors will come to the plate while trailing in the contest. It was scoreless into the third inning. Yakima Valley puts up a 3 spot in the top half of the third, and Patrick Stark will lead off the third inning. First time he's led off an inning in his West Coast League career. First time he's gotten an at-bat in his West Coast League career, similar to Micah McDowell, who is hitting ahead of him in the lineup. Patrick Stark got some at-bats over the weekend. In fact, hit a home run in his first at-bat in a Raptors uniform. Now takes a first pitch strike from Seth Kuykendall. Patrick out of Loyola Marymount, where he has not yet played. He's an incoming freshman for the Lions, playing some West Coast League baseball. And now on the second pitch, down low. Was hoping that one might be hittable because it was on the second pitch when he took a home run to the bullpen in left field against the Northwest Star Nighthawks, but alas, on this second pitch, he doesn't swing. Now takes a home run cut at the 1-1 and fouls it into the glove of Sam Olson. 1-2 to Patrick Stark, who played those 2 non-league games and got a home run in his first at-bat. Now plays his first game against a West Coast League opponent. 1-2 pitch to Patrick Stark, takes a big cut at a pitch up high and misses it, and he strikes out to open up the third inning. That brings up Tanner Jocks here in the bottom of the third. 3-0 is the lead for the Pippins. Jocks, the 9-hole hitter, playing second base, where he's flip-flopped all year long with John Peck. They paired together for a double play already today. Tanner at the plate for the first time, and a breaking ball dips into the zone for strike 1. Tanner batting .286 on the season. 1 extra base hit, 11 RBIs. Now swings and grounds one on 3 hops to the shortstop. Cabalas dimes one to first for the out. 2 away here in the third. Back to the top of the order for Ridgefield and John Peck, who himself grounded out to short to open up the offense for Ridgefield in the first inning. The Raptors do have 1 hit in the ball game. It was a double by Will Chambers, but the Raptors stranding him in the second inning. John Peck trying to get something started for a 2-out rally for the Raptors. Nobody on and 3-0 deficit. Peck takes a first pitch strike from Seth Kuykendall. Ridgefield has plenty of outs to work with here. Just a 3-run margin, leading the league in batting average, just 1 point below 300 as a team. 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled at the plate off the body of John Peck. Looked like it bounced off home and hit him in the shoulder, not very hard, and he's just fine. Ridgefield also leading the league in slugging percentage. Right behind them is Yakima Valley, in big part due to thanks to Noah Williamson, who's gotten his second home run of the season earlier today. 0-2 pitch to John Peck is down. 1-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. 3-0 lead for the Pippins. Pitching-wise, where the Pippins set themselves apart, Ridgefield 9th in the league with a 5.05 ERA. Yakima Valley 2nd in the league. Breaking ball swung on and again fouled at the plate, and John Peck has ricocheted 2 foul balls off of himself, although neither seemed to be particularly painful. And he walks back outside the batter's box. It seems the more painful thing may have been the pitch he wished he hit better rather than the physical nature of the foul ball. He's still got a 1-2 count with 2 outs, nobody on. Biggest hole is right up the middle through the infield for John. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and he's behind it. Missed it for out number 3. 2 punch outs in the frame for Seth Kuykendall, who has gone 3 scoreless, facing just 1 over the minimum to this point. And we are on to the 4th inning here in Ridgefield. It's the Yakima Valley Pippins 3 and the Ridgefield Raptors 0.
The win-win value lineup from Buffalo Wild Wings gets you more for less. With buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. It's like finding extra fries at the bottom of your bag, but they're boneless wings, and there's twice as many of them. What is this sorcery? It's Boneless Thursdays at B-Dubs, available for dine-in, takeout, and delivery. BOGO of equal value at participating locations. Not valid with other offers. Size exclusions apply while supplies last. Limit 1. Delivery and takeout limited time. Delivery offer valid on Buffalo Wild Wings website and app subject to availability. Fees may apply, plus taxes.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Three innings are in the books here in Ridgefield. It's the visiting Yakima Valley Pippins opening up with a 3-0 lead over the host Raptors, and we will see a new pitcher as we head to the top of the fourth inning. A left-hander out of the University of Portland, standing at 5'9", 185 from Vancouver, and Columbia River High School is Nick Nygaard entering this contest for the Raptors, making his fifth appearance in West Coast League play. He is 1-0 on the year, having thrown 12 innings on the season, 15 strikeouts to 5 walks. He's given up 13 hits, an ERA of 2.25 on the year for Nick. He has faced Yakima Valley once already. On the road, he went 2 1/3 innings in relief against the Pippins, gave up just 1 hit, struck out 2 of the 9 batters he faced, allowed no runs in that contest. In fact, his last 2 appearances, he has allowed no runs in either of those games, including earning the win against Bend 5 days ago when he went 2 scoreless innings down in Central Oregon. So he carries that 2.25 ERA against the Pippins into the top of the fourth inning, where he'll face the bottom of the order. It's the right fielder and 7-hole hitter Alex Shanks to the plate. Alex flew out to right field against Ryan Pitts back in the second inning. First pitch of the game for Nygaard is a ball. So that ends the line for Ryan Pitts, who went 3 innings, 3 runs, all earned, 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks for Ryan. So although he allowed a couple well-hit balls late in the game, good work for no hit, no walks. Now a ground ball to third base. Patrick Stark fields behind the bag, and he takes the first baseman off. Morales has to sprint away from the bag to field that throw. And this may still go down as a base hit. A well-hit ball by Shanks behind third base, and Stark had to make a quick throw from foul territory, and indeed it is ruled a base hit for Alex Shanks. A single puts him at first with nobody out here in the fourth inning. 3-0 is the score. Yakima Valley on top, putting up all 3 runs last inning. And now the leadoff man aboard for Austin Plante, who handles a first pitch strike, getting his first playing time against the Raptors this year at only 11 at-bats coming in, 1 hit, a single. He has drawn 6 walks, though, so his on-base percentage, a healthy .412. Swings and misses the 0-1. 0-2 is the count from Plante, who has a sub-100 batting average, but pretty darn good on-base percentage. Granted, it's early in the season and the numbers are of a small sample size, but he's behind 0-2 now in the fourth inning. Nobody out. Nygaard throws in the zone, swung on and missed, and a 3-pitch strikeout for Nygaard, who gets his 16th punch out of the season through 12-plus innings for the Portland Pilot. And Nick now will face Chaz Myers, who grounded out to short in his first at-bat, the third baseman from Brentwood, California. And University of the Pacific has a runner on first, which Nygaard takes a check at, and now hit hard into left field. This will land for a base hit. Rounding second and heading towards third is Shanks. He will sprint and dive in head first to third, and then Myers gets around to second And that is now a one-out single plus the advancement for Myers. 2 base hits in the inning, and now runners on second and third in this contest, in this inning, with 1 out in the top of the 4th. Taylor Holder to the plate off a leadoff single in the 3rd inning. He was the first player to score in this game, part of a 3-run 3rd inning, followed by Williamson's home run with 1 out. He snares one off the barrel and fouls it on the first base side. 0-1's the count to Taylor on the University of Oregon, originally from Corvallis, hometown of his now rival in Oregon State University. Holder playing for the Ducks, playing his 2nd game this summer for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Behind 0-1, Nygaard throws a breaking ball that enters the back door. 0-2 from Nick. 1 out, runners in second and third. A 3-run advantage for the Pippins in the top half of inning number 4. Holder, a right-hand batter against the southpaw in Nygaard, has first base open. An 0-2 count. Nygaard deals with the infield playing in. It's outside 1-2. Peck and Jocks both on the cut of the grass. Morales, similar depth. Stark a step behind as the 3rd baseman. Taylor Holder had the infield playing in the 12th inning on June 11th when he hit a ground ball past the shortstop for the game winner. Infield again in, but he swings and misses this one. Strike 3 from Nygaard, and the infield can go back to normal depth with 2 outs. Connor Caballas to the plate, 0 for 2, a pair of ground outs to second base, one of them going for a double play. Caballas had 3 hits in 1 game against Ridgefield. No extra base hits yet on the season. The Gonzaga Bulldog batting .250 on the year. Runners in scoring position. Shanks at 3rd, Myers at 2nd. Here comes Nygaard, it's outside. Caught by Ehrman coming out of his crouch. If Nygaard can strand 2, the Raptors will come back to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning to bring up the 2, 3, and 4 hole hitters in just a 3-run deficit, or Yakima Valley could break it open. Outside on the 1-0. 2-0 is the count. On deck is Lajoie, and then you've got the home run hitter and Williamson in the hole. So although first base is open, Lajoie is not necessarily the guy you want up with the bases loaded. So Nygaard will surely try to find the zone on the 2-0. Throws a fastball that just misses outside. 3-0 is the count from Nick Nygaard. A walk isn't the worst thing in the world, although Lajoie has a .361 average, not to mention a 2 for 2 day in the works already for Willie. 3-0 count from Nygaard, deals upstairs, ball 4, and that does load the bases. No runners advance since first was already open, but now Willie Lajoie to the plate. First walk of the ball game for any Raptors pitcher. Willie, who had a 4-hit game against the Raptors earlier this season. He's on a 9-game hit streak, and with 2 singles already in this contest, he's into double digits in that category, not to mention 12 games in a row. All 12 he's played this season where he has reached base by either hit or walk. All but one of them via at least 1 base hit. Chris Cota coming out to the mound to chat with Nick Nygaard. His first inning of work, he's yet to allow a run, but he has allowed the bases loaded on a pair of singles and a walk. So Willie Lajoie at the plate, bases juiced, a 3-0 lead for the Pippins. Top of the 4th inning. Nygaard trying to deal with the right-hander and Lajoie. First pitch is a called strike from Nick Nygaard after the mound visit by Chris Cota. First mound visit of the game for either team. And Nygaard in control. 0-1 is the count, 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch. Hit hard to right field. Coming in is Caden Connor. He locates and makes the catch on the run. And the Raptors strand. The bases loaded. No runs in on the inning. On 2 hits, 3 left on, no errors. And 2 strikeouts along the way for Nick Nygaard. Made it dramatic and made it a goose egg in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Raptors 0 and the Yakima Valley Pippins 3.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family. Treats in my mouth. And peace of mind, knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award.com/awards.
Bottom of the fourth inning here from Ridgefield, Washington. It's a 3-0 ball game. The Pippins on top. Seth Kuykendall back to the mound. Caden Connor to the plate. Glad that you're with us for this beautiful day for baseball. I'm Josh Warden for a series opener between the two teams atop the West Coast League divisions. The Pippins, the top team in the north, and the Ridgefield Raptors tied for first in the south. Kuykendall at the mound. He's gone 3 scoreless. Second time he's faced Caden Connor today. First pitch to Caden is a called strike. Caden grounded out to first base and nearly beat out the throw in the first inning, but was retired in that 1-2-3 frame in the first. Kuykendall has faced just one over the minimum today. He gave up a double and a walk, but a double play as well in that frame in the second. 0-1 pitch hit pretty hard to center. Off the fist, however, and coming in is Williamson for the out. For being on the handle, he hit it hard, but in fact, he hit it so hard off the hands, it got all the way to the center fielder. That's actually pretty impressive power from Caden Connor. And it is a fly out for Caden. One away for Kobe Morales. Morales had also a ground out to first base in the first inning, looking to increase his hit streak, where he's gotten a hit almost every game this season. One out, nobody on. Morales takes a big swing and misses it. He's on an 11-game hit streak. If you include the non-league game on Saturday when he had a double, he's on a 12-game hit streak with 4 in a row where he's doubled. A 4-game double streak. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball outside. 1-1 to Kobe out of Cypress College, making his West Coast League leading 66th plate appearance of the season. Had a home run back on June 11th against the Pippins. 1-1 pitch, thinks about swinging and holds back. 2-1 on the off-speed outside from Seth Kuykendall. Doesn't have a real heavy fastball. It's the breaking ball and the location from Kuykendall. It has helped him pitch well this season, including today. This one ripped to right field, but right at Alex Shanks. And Alex just takes a couple of steps on what could have been a double had it been, you know, a few feet to the left, but it's right at the right fielder. 2 away on a pair of flyouts for the Raptors. Will Chambers to the plate. Bases were empty for him when he doubled in the second inning. Bases again empty for him here in the fourth. He's up to 4 doubles now on the year, matching his home run total, where he is tied for the league lead, leading the West Coast League outright in RBIs with 16 big ones. 2 outs, nobody on for Will, who holds back on the first pitch. It's outside. A 3-0 lead for the Pippins. Bottom of inning number 4. Nick Nygaard, a dramatic but scoreless top of the fourth inning. There is at least one thrower in the bullpen. We'll see if Nygaard comes back out. 1-0 pitch is down, ball 2 to Will Chambers. 2-0 is the count to Will out of College of the Canyons. Thought we might see him pitch this weekend. It didn't end up happening, but Will was ready. 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. Will is a great hitter, and that's his calling card, but he did pitch some at College of the Canyons, not because, well, as his coach would put it, he would say he's the best thrower on the team, but as his coach put it, just didn't have much depth. That's Chris Cota, who's also the head coach with the Raptors and down at College of the Canyons. 3-0 count to Will Chambers with 2 outs. Here it comes, and it's a called strike. So Kuykendall not willing to give up the base on balls to Will, who is also the league leader in walks this season in the West Coast League. Will made 4 starts for College of the Canyons a couple years ago in that shortened 2020 season. It's outside, ball 4, and Will draws a walk. He's reached base both times today, hopes to not be stranded again as Cole Ehrman comes to the plate. Cole hit a ball really well in the second inning on a line drive back up the middle. That was snared by the pitcher for an out. Cole has hits in 9 of 10 games this year. Comes to the plate with 2 outs, runner on first, a 3-0 deficit for the Raptors, bottom of the 4th. With Kuykendall now out of the stretch. Chambers at first base. Cole Ehrman, right-hand hitter. First pitch, a breaking ball that drops down for ball 1 to Cole Ehrman. Played a little bit of first base this season. First time he's played first base ever, as in ever. Said, I've never really seen the field from that vantage point, well, obviously except for being a runner, but never done that. Did it against Yakima Valley. Strike 1 on a swing and miss from Cole. Played catcher primarily, and he is the catcher today. He'll DH a little bit, and mostly will not need to play first base with Chambers and Morales and a few others who could play there. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, stays inside. 2-1's the count. 2 outs, runner on first. A 3-0 score right now with Yakima Valley getting their 3 runs in the 3rd. We're now in the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 pitch upcoming from Seth Kuykendall. Comes through the stretch, swung on and missed it on the pitch a bit up and in from Ehrman. Trying to get the barrel around out in front and send it to left field, where there's a fairly big hole down the left field line. Outfield playing straight up in terms of positioning, but deep in terms of depth. Pretty even holes to the alleys and down the lines, but good amount of green down the left field line. 2-2 pitch to Ehrman, hanging breaking ball that stays high. Runs the count full with 2 outs, and Will Chambers can use that blazing speed to take an early start. Chambers already with a double today. He get back to second base if Ehrman can get one in play. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled behind home plate, and Chambers will have to retreat back to first after the foul ball. Will said, or I heard from his coach actually, Chris Cota told me, I said, what's the likelihood Will's going to pitch today? This is back on Saturday in the non-league game. He said 85% chance. Turned out the 15% chance won that day, as Will did not pitch. But maybe at some point, one can hope. 2 outs, full count. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball again fouled, and will have a 3rd chance to scamper down to second on the delivery. It'll be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to come from Seth Kuykendall. Has allowed just 1 hit today. It was to Will Chambers, who's now on first after his walk. Tafton Hensley on deck, the only other player to reach base today for the Raptors. 3-0 is the lead for the Pippins. Here comes another payoff pitch, down low, ball 4. And Will Chambers gets to second base for the 2nd time today. Cole Ehrman draws a walk. 2 on, 2 out. Brings up Tafton Hensley. Has 5 RBIs on the year. It's that speed that makes him so good. Chris Cota saying, if you know that speed is, he's a darn good player as long as he can get up to top speed. He's now at 90%, he says, and Tafton himself said that's really the reason why I got to the ACC. That's why he signed with Virginia Tech. Didn't work out for him there, but he really enjoys College of the Canyons. A hitter's park. He loves California. He's got family there. He wouldn't mind transferring to a 4-year institution sooner rather than later, but at the same time, he says, if I go back there this year, I would not be sad about that at all. Really enjoys playing down in Santa Clarita. First pitch to Hensley, a breaking ball that ends up down. 1-0 is the count. 2 outs, runners in first and second to Tafton, hitting .333 on the year, making his return to the lineup after the hamstring kept him out since June 8th. Here he is, a 1-0 count. Another breaking ball, hammers it to left, coming in and making a diving attempt. Did he hold on to it? And yes, he did. Taylor Holder makes a headlong dive to end the inning on a flyout. Would have scored a run, perhaps. but a good play in left by Taylor Holder to rob a base hit, and the inning is over. The Raptors getting base runners. They have threatened, but they have yet to score. And we head to inning number 5 on no hits in the inning, but 2 walks. The Raptors strand 2. And we head to the top of the 5th. It's 3-0. The Pippins on top.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Found a giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got ants around my sink,
and I am starting to think the experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free. Natura Pest Control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natura Pest Control. Call today, get a quote for free.
Through 4 innings of play here in Ridgefield, the Yakima Valley Pippins 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Ridgefield Raptors, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. And we are on to inning number 5. Nick Nygaard returns to the mound. He went 1 inning so far, scoreless, gave up a couple hits and a walk, loaded the bases, left him loaded, and now he faces Noah Williamson. First pitch to Noah, a slider that misses the barrel, takes a big swing and doesn't get it. He homered in his last at-bat. In fact, has hit 2 hard fly balls to left field. One of them the park held just in front of the fence. The other one left for a 2-run home run over the scoreboard. Now he takes a ball down low. 1-1 is the count from Nick Nygaard out of University of Portland. He has yet to allow an earned run today or in his last couple appearances since he faced Portland a couple weeks ago. Now a ground ball off the bat of Williamson, fielded by John Peck, throws across to first, and Morales makes the put out in time for the leadoff ground out, 6-3, and there's 1 away in the 5th inning. Good fielding by the Ridgefield Raptors. No errors in this game, and one of the better fielding teams in the league. A double play already today, and good play there for Ridgefield. For Nygaard, 1 player up in the bullpen. I think it's Jacob Freed, although whoever is throwing is wearing a pullover, so it's hard to see the jersey number, but it looks like Jacob. First pitch down low to Mason Marenko. I was talking with Jet Lotus earlier today, who did not mention it was his birthday, but indeed it is. Lotus, the pitcher out of University of Oklahoma. A strike to Marenko makes it 1-1. Jet Lotus, who pitched this weekend, not sure if we'll see him today, but perhaps sometime in this series. And he turns 20 years old today. Pitch is just outside. 2-1 from Nick Nygaard. Nobody on base. 1 out. A 3-0 lead for the Pippins in the top of the 5th. Jet out of Yukon, Oklahoma, and has his birthday today. 2-1 pitch from Nick Nygaard. Swung on and fouled back. Off the bat of Marenko, 2-2. I talked to Jet earlier and I said, "You're looking good. Looks like you could go 6 innings today." And Jet said, "Heck, I could go 7. I said, "No, you can go 9. And so that's the plan for, well, maybe tomorrow, since 9 innings apparently is out of the question. But Jet enjoying his birthday today and hoping to see a win. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And Nygaard has struck out 3 already in just 1 1/3 inning of work. 2 away in the 5th, 1 2/3 inning of work now, including the 2 outs in this frame. Nobody on, 2 away. Sam Olson to the plate, who's 1 for 2 in the contest. The final batter that Ryan Pitts faced today. Ryan did a good job closing out his appearance, as the opening pitch of this at-bat is a called strike on the outer black. Pitts gave up that two-run home run to Williamson, so he knew he was on a short leash, but he finished out the next two batters getting out to end the third inning. And that was it for him, but got the final two batters, kept it a 3-run ball game. That's still where we stand. Second pitch, a ball from Nygaard. 1-1 is the count with 2 outs. The base is empty. To the catcher, Sam Olson. Outside 2-1 now from Nick Nygaard. Outfield playing deep on a week where the park has played well for hitters, but it's hitter friendly. 3 home runs for the Raptors a couple days ago. 1 home run today for the Pippins, just high on the 2-1. Nygaard doesn't quite get the spot, but it was close. But now puts Olson in a hitter's count, 3-1 for the Oregon Duck, who had a strikeout that dipped his average just below 500, but still tremendous early on this season. 3-1 way inside. Down by the feet of Olson, who will trot down to first for just the second walk that the Raptors have given up today. Alex Shanks to the plate. A fly out and a single today for Alex out of Gonzaga. By way of Mercer Island, 6'1", 197, as flew out to right field in his first at-bat and then singled. First pitch cued off the end of the bat and handled by Cash Ulrich, the first base coach for the Pippins. 0-1 is the count to Alex Shanks with a runner on first and 2 outs. Nygaard stranded 3 runners last inning. Now trying to strand 1 more here in the top of the 5th. Yakima Valley with 8 hits to get their 3 runs. Raptors with 1 hit yet to score in the ball game. 0-1 pitch again swung on and again missed. He's been out in front of these pitches by Nygaard. He's got a changeup. Fastball, changeup, slider is his arsenal, and the changeup's been working well for him. The slider is mostly just a get-me-over pitch that'll steal some strikes on, but primarily pairs together the fastball and change. 0-2 with runner on first, goes back to the fastball, and it's outside, ball 1. 1-2 is the count from Nick. Originally from Vancouver. Pitches in the West Coast League and West Coast Conference at UP. Another fastball, similar spot, or back to the changeup, excuse me, on the 2-2 now with 2 outs and runner on first. The wind is blowing out towards right field at moderate velocity. 2-2 from Nick Nygaard. It's cued off the bat and hit down the first base line, and it is foul. It was a check swing and hit off the barrel up high, and it went over the first baseman's head. And had that landed fair, it could have been a base hit, if not a double, if that had gone furthest enough from Kobe Morales, the first baseman. And so a check swing foul ball that didn't land all that far foul. Shanks must have read it well because he never left the batter's box, so he apparently knew it was foul from the bat, although it didn't land far off it. 2-2 pitch, slider just on the back door, got him for the strikeout. And Nick Nygaard has struck out 2 batters in each inning. Strands 4 between the 2 frames, pitched 2 scoreless, and keeps it a 3-run margin. The Ridgefield Raptors still looking to get on the board. The bats will get hot at some point. That's how it feels. But right now it's a 3-0 deficit into the bottom of the 5th.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Trans Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown. And go Raptors!
The win-win value lineup from Buffalo Wild Wings has bundles of wings and fries so you can get more for less. With individual size bundles starting at just $9.99 and the 40-wing family XL bundle for only $39.99. It doesn't take a degree in chicken economics to know a good deal when it's pecking you in the face. Order wing bundles for takeout or delivery, part of the win-win value lineup at B-Dubs. At participating locations for a limited time only for takeout or delivery through Buffalo Wild Wings app and website. Delivery subject to availability. Fees may apply. Taxes extra.
Seth Kuykendall back to the mound for the Yakima Valley Pippins out of Western Oregon University. He has gone at least 6 innings in his first 2 starts. Comes back out for inning number 5 to face Micah McDowell. Micah grounded into a double play in the second inning. Now comes back for his second at-bat of the day. Second at-bat in West Coast League play in his young career. The center fielder out of Oregon State University by way of Canada comes to the plate to lead off the 5th inning. Grounds one on a 2-hopper to short. Cabalas fields, throws to first, and just beat him for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, McDowell is downed, and Patrick Stark to the plate. Patrick did not quite have the start to this game like he did on Saturday when he homered in his very first at-bat in a Raptors uniform. Just came up north not long before his first game. Got the start at third base against the Nighthawks of Northwest Star Academy and homered on the second pitch. Now laces one to left field, and this will land a base hit for Patrick Stark. He'll take a big lead around first and hold for a 1-out single. There have been 2 pitches in this inning, a ground out and a single. The Raptors players liking the offerings from Kuykendall, but one of the 2 getting in for a hit. Tanner Jocks to the plate. 9-hole hitter with a ground out on the day. 286 hitter with 11 RBIs on the season. Today's second baseman comes to the plate with 1 out, 1 on. Tanner swings at the first pitch and a foul ball. So 3 pitches in the inning, all 3 of them swung on and contacted. This one finally in foul territory. So 0-1 to Tanner Jocks. 1 out, runner on first, a 3-0 lead for the Pippins. Willie Lajoie holding on Patrick Stark at first, holding his glove up into the sun on a day where sunset is 1 hour away here in Ridgefield. Wind blowing in fairly strong towards right field. 0-1 count from Seth Kuykendall with 1 out. Fastball swung on and over Lajoie's head into right field. Patrick Stark will dig and go for third. Coming in from right, Alex Shanks bobbles the ball, and Stark easily into third. And it's a single for Tanner Jocks. Patrick Stark into third base. Runners on the corners, and we're back to the top of the order. The Raptors are cooking something up here in the bottom of the 5th. Tying run at the plate. The Raptors yet to score today for a team that's leading the league in runs and RBIs and doubles and hits and batting average and slugging percentage. And John Peck trying to keep that thing going. Leadoff hitter who is 0 for 2 on the day. 279 batter with 5 doubles on the year for the middle infielder from Pepperdine. 1 out. Here comes Peck. Looping breaking ball stays up high. 1-0 to John. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. 3-0 lead for the Pippins. But here come the Raptors in bottom of inning number 5. Big hole in right center field is the biggest part of the outfield. 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back. John Peck, who has gone hitless just 4 times this season, is a consistent hitter. 4 games where he's not gotten a hit. 2 of them were against Yakima Valley. One of the few teams to put a number on John Peck. Leads the team with 14 runs scored. He gets on base and a good runner once he gets there. Batted in the first or second hole every game this season. 1-1 count, 1 out. Runners on the edges for John. Holds off on the 1-1. It's up high. 2-1 from Seth Kuykendall, who has allowed a runner on third base now for the first time today. The Raptors stranding a runner at second on 2 occasions. But now runners on the corners with 1 out. 2 hits in the inning, 2 of the 3 hits on the game for Ridgefield. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Runner from first goes. No throw down to second. Swung on and missed by Peck. Evens the count at 2 apiece as Tanner Jocks gets his first stolen base of the year. And there are now 2 runners in scoring position. Peck now with a 2-strike count, however. 2-2 on John, who looks down at Chris Cota, the head coach. Steps back into the box. The right-hand batter lays the wood back on his shoulder, wiggles it as he's facing Seth Kuykendall. Out of the stretch, breaking ball, hammered to left. Will it stay fair? It lands just foul in front of the fence. Would have been a 2 RBI hit for John Peck, but it landed about a yard, maybe 2, to the left of the foul line and nearly got to the fence. It definitely hopped and hit the fence on a bounce. So John Peck still with a 2-2 count, with one out and runners on second and third for the Raptors, bottom of the fifth. Kuykendall looks at the runner at third. Here's another 2-2 pitch, swings under it, pops it up into right field. It'll be foul and out of play for John Peck. Waited on that breaking ball and scooped it up into fairly deep right field. Two and two is the count. John Peck at the plate. Big chance for the Raptors. Still only one out. Seth Kuykendall pausing, now throws, swung on and looped in similar position on the right field line, and again foul, out of play. Another souvenir for the fans down on the grassy berm beyond the bleachers. On a sunny, now partly cloudy, warm day in Ridgefield. And the bat's trying to get hot now for the Raptors. Runners on second and third base, one out. Here comes another 2-2 pitch up high, and it runs the count full. First base is open, but the next guys coming to the plate are just as dangerous. Caden Connor, Kobe Morales, not to mention Will Chambers, the guys at the ready. Full count, one out, two runners in scoring position. Here comes Kuykendall, swung on and hit again down the right field line. That one's pretty deep, tailing foul and going foul. Had home run distance perhaps towards the 310 right field pole. Not quite as shallow as the Orchard in Yakima, where the right field line and the fence situated 293 feet away from home plate down both lines. But the wind helping out in Ridgefield, not to mention a shorter fence in the 16-foot wall in Yakima. John Peck hitting hard to right field 3 times. Another payoff pitch upcoming from Seth Kuykendall. Ninth pitch of the at-bat from Seth. Runners on second and third. John Peck swings again. This one will land in foul territory, and this one will get out of play again. Not hit as hard, but a looping high pop fly. And we are going to get to double-digit pitches in this plate appearance, and the home plate umpire needs some extra baseballs. We'll get a few. That's Jim Courtney behind home plate with some replacements. John Peck with a 3-2 count yet again. Tanner Jocks at second base. Patrick Stark at third. One out in the inning, bottom of the fifth. Kuykendall's payoff again fouled back. So a few foul balls to various parts of this ballpark. Most of them down the right field line. One of them down deep in the left field corner. This one behind home plate. 11th pitch of the at-bat to come. How about this for John Peck? Outfield playing fairly deep, although not that deep in right field. Here's another payoff pitch, swung on and again fouled back. How about a dozen pitches this at-bat? Seth Kuykendall having to work for it, and that is an understatement. John Peck, who continues to foul pitches off, and most of them he's swinging under it. These have all gotten up and out of play. One of them was barreled hard down the left field corner. Here's the 12th pitch. Swung on, and this one fair territory into center field, and it lands in right center for a hit. This will score one, at least one, maybe two. And John Peck slides into second. He is safe at second for a double that scores 1 run. Tanner Jocks had to hold up. It looked like it might have gotten caught by Williamson. He finally plays it on a hop, so Tanner Jocks cannot score, but John Peck in for an RBI double, and the Raptors are on the board. It's 3-1. What an at-bat by John Peck. A 12-pitch RBI double on the at-bat for John. He scores 1 run. He's into second, so it's still 1 out, runners in second and third. Patrick Stark scores for the first time in his Raptors career, and the first Raptor to score today. Tanner Jocks into third. The score is 3-1. 4th hit of the ball game for Ridgefield. Caden Connor to the plate. First pitch to Caden, fouled back in true John Peck fashion. Although he fouls one to one of the few parts of the ballpark that John Peck did not foul one to. So they're making all the fans happy with souvenirs to all areas. He hits one back of home plate, but kind of shaded towards the third base side. Peck hit one to every quadrant of foul territory except that one. Here's the 0-1 from Kuykendall, down low, ball one. Runners on second and third, still one out. It's 3-1 is the score. John Peck diving headfirst into second and only barely beat that throw. It was a bang-bang play. Now it's got a big lead from second. 1-1 pitch, again down low. 2-1 from Kuykendall, who's finally allowed an earned run today. He usually goes 6 or 7 innings. Those are his 2 starts so far, but now encountering some trouble in the 5th. Caden Connor at the plate with a 2-1 count. 1 out. Pair of runners in scoring position. The righty deals 2-1, slices it foul in the same spot as before, so the Raptors continuing to spread out the wealth of foul balls. Runs the count to 2-2. 2 runners on, a 2-run deficit. Caden Connor at the plate. He has grounded out and flied out today. The lefty against Kuykendall, who has not come set yet. Working out of the windup and does not seem to like the signal yet from his battery mate. Leaving the ball in his glove. Now he winds and delivers the 2-2. Swung on and missed. And Caden Connor chasing after a ball outside and just missed it with the end of the barrel. 2 down, and Kobe Morales to the plate. Morales, similar to Caden Connor, is grounded out and flied out. Looking to increase his 12-game hit streak. Had a home run 11 days ago against Yakima Valley. Hammered one to right center field. Now at the plate with 2 outs. First pitch outside. Olsen tried to frame it, but it was indeed off the plate. 1-0 to Morales. John Peck at second. Tanner Jocks at third. Morales at the plate with 2 down. 1-0 from Kuykendall is on the lower part of the zone, 1-1. It's no fault of Tanner Jocks, but to leave him at third would be a disappointment for the Raptors. He did not score from second on the double, although he had to hold up, which was the correct choice most likely. 1-1 pitches outside, 2-1. Peck slid into second, obviously John sprinting the whole way, but Jocks making sure he wouldn't get doubled up at second base, waited until that ball dropped in right center field. When Peck hit the double, got around to third and held there, and now with 2 outs. Danger of leaving 2 stranded. 2-1 pitches outside. 3-1 is the count. Jocks at third. John Peck taking a sizable lead from second. 3-1 count to Kobe Morales. On deck is Will Chambers. Kuykendall out of the windup. Here is the 3-1 from Kuykendall. Slider outside, and that'll bring up Will Chambers with the bases loaded. Morales taking the 4th walk of the ball game today for the Raptors. And Will Chambers, who has a walk of his own, not to mention a double. 4 home runs, including a long bomb on Saturday, and he will not face Kuykendall again. He has handled Seth quite well today. Getting on base both times. They will bring in a new pitcher. So Kuykendall exits responsible for all 3 runners aboard. 1 earned run, on the ball game for Seth, having gone 4 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits in the contest, and striking out 3, giving up 4 walks, and that 1 earned run could increase depending on what the new pitcher does, who will inherit the bases loaded and 2 outs, a 2-1 ball game. With Will Chambers at the plate with a .391 average. We will step aside for a quick break, tell you all about the new pitcher and the bases loaded situation after this.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, regional and express service to Portland, and connector service within the city limits of Camas, La Center, and Ridgefield. And if you don't have cash, no problem. C-Tran now accepts digital payments with Hop FastPass. So hit a home run and leave the driving to us. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, two great teams.
The new pitcher for the Pippins is Owen Wild, who comes in with the bases juiced, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. The Pippins leading 3-1, but that 3-run lead now slimmed to 2, and perhaps slimmed further if Will Chambers can do some damage. Wild, who is 6'3", 230 pounds, from Gig Harbor, Washington. He pitches for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. He's making his 3rd appearance on the season. Faced Ridgefield twice. So all 3 games he's pitched in have been against Ridgefield. Gave up 1 earned run in 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts for Owen Wild. He'll face Will Chambers, a double on the day, 4 home runs on the year, a team leading and league leading 16 RBIs, and you talk about RBI opportunities. Bases loaded, 2-run deficit, bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Will Chambers, big swing and a miss. 0-1 is the count to Will Chambers. Had that home run on Saturday that traveled 447 feet and 112 miles an hour. Don't need those numbers to get on the board, but anything close to that would help. Just outside, no, got the outer black on the 0-1 pitch, and Will into an 0-2 hole from Owen Wild. Runners all the way around with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. The Raptors had not threatened a whole lot other than a Will Chambers double earlier this game, and now finally scoring a run this inning. Here's the 0-2, swung on and fouled into the netting. A 12-pitch at-bat earlier this frame by John Peck, doubling in the first run. An RBI 2-bagger for John. He's standing at second base. 90 feet ahead of him is Tanner Jocks. 90 feet behind, Kobe Morales after his walk. 3 hits on the inning. Will Chambers looking for hit number 4. He's behind 0-2. Owen Wild out of the stretch, throws outside, ball 1. Will Chambers batting left-handed, the switch hitter. Only switch hitter on this ball club. And a good position to have a switch hitter who can spot up no matter what reliever the opposing team brings in, he'll have the advantage. 1-2 pitch upcoming, swings and misses it, and the bases have been stranded, loaded. Well, the Ridgefield Raptors do score 1 in the inning on 3 hits, but leave 3 in the frame. They've stranded 6 today. 2 strikeouts in the inning, no errors. And the Raptors go into the top of the 6th inning. It's a 3-1 ball game here at the Rourke. We'll see a new pitcher as well. Jacob Freed comes in to start out the 6th inning after this.
Join the Ridgefield Raptors for warm sunshine, great food, and exciting top-level college baseball at the Rourke. Bring your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers for a relaxing night outdoors this season. Your group can welcome us on the Les Schwab left field platform, the Leonard Homes and Dick Hanna grass berms, or the First Centennial and Wellhaven Pet Health picnic areas. There's nothing like a Ridgefield Raptors summer baseball game. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Can't remember the last time you had a tall, ice-cold draft beer? Jog your memory at Buffalo Wild Wings for just $3. Stop by B-Dubs now and get Bud Light poured into a tall 22-ounce glass, all for just $3. Remind your mouth what it's been missing. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Available at participating locations for a limited time. Dine-in only. Prices may vary. Please drink responsibly. Availability of dine-in varies by location.
Jacob Freed is the first player for the Raptors who will make 7 pitching appearances this season. Out of Loyola Marymount University down in Los Angeles, Jacob Freed comes in to open up the 6th inning. Ridgefield scoring 1 in the bottom of the 5th to cut the lead to 3-1. And Jacob Freed hoping to keep the lead at that margin. He has not allowed an earned run his last 2 appearances to drop his ERA a bit. It's at 5 currently, having gone 9 innings so far. Has always gone 1 or 2 innings exactly to this point. He did pitch against Yakima Valley, the only time that he's given up multiple runs in an appearance. Gave up 2 earned in 2 innings off 2 hits, 1 walk against the Pippins, but then pitching twice against Bend, he did not allow an earned run in either 1-run appearance. The leadoff man here in the top of the 6th inning is going to take a first pitch outside. Austin Plante to the bat, and it's to the backstop from Jacob Freed, who's behind 1-0. Out of the windup for Jacob to face Plante. 1-0 pitch is outside, but not quite to the same degree as the first one. So he's pitching in levels. First one way outside, this one closer, and the next one will be in perfect location, one can optimistically assume. 2-0 pitch is just high, but good lateral location over the plate. 3-0 from Jacob, who has not walked a batter in the last couple appearances since the Yakima Valley appearance on June 11th. Now he's behind 3-0 out of the windup, deals, and just above the zone, a 4-pitch walk to open up the relief appearance, and Austin Plante is aboard for just the 3rd walk issued by Raptors pitchers today. Ridgefield leading the league in walks allowed. Daniel Barato will make a mound visit now after 4 pitches for Freed, who had spent a lot of time warming up out there in the bullpen. A solid 2 innings or so for Jacob to get ready, and had to stay at the ready, and now comes in and gives up a leadoff walk. Will face the 9-hole hitter and Chaz Myers, who's 1 for 2 in the contest. Will face his 3rd pitcher in 3 at-bats. He hit a ground ball and out off of Ryan Pitts, then singled off of Nick Nygaard, and now will deal with Jacob Freed, the 6'6", 190-pound native of Seattle, Washington. Was struck out 6 against 5 walks, now 6 walks on the year, including that base on balls moments ago. Showing bunt is Myers, takes a strike as he pulls back, and the pitch that looked buntable, but he does not make an attempt. Corner infielders playing in, including Jacob Freed's future collegiate teammate. They have not yet been collegiate teammates, but Patrick Stark, an incoming freshman at LMU. 0-1 pitch up coming from Freed, outside. Ball 1. Runner on first, nobody out. Top of the 6th, a 3-1 lead for the Pippins. Patrick Stark, who is the only Raptor to score today, is going to play for the Lions of Loyola Marymount this year. Jacob Freed has spent 1 year already down at LMU. 1-1 pitch from Jacob Freed. Throws and hit hard to right center field, tailing towards the alley. Caden Connor running over and getting there in time, making the catch for out number 1. Good play by Caden Connor on a ball that easily could have been a no-out double, and instead it's a fly out for out number 1. Back to the top of the order, and Taylor Holder to the plate with a single, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout on the day. Patrick Stark, who homered in his first at-bat in a non-league game Saturday, then singled today and scored a run. That was last inning. Hit off the bat and fouled from Taylor Holder. 0-1, 1 out, 1 on. 2-run lead for the Pippins, top of the 6th. Stark said he just met Jacob Freed, only joined the team a few days ago, and the future teammates did finally meet each other. Future teammates and obviously current teammates now in the Summer League. 0-1 is the count from Jacob Freed. Deals and misses outside. 1-1 to Taylor Holder, who was the first Pippin to score. Had a single in that 3rd inning and came around to start out a 3-run 3rd. 1-1 pitch from Freed. Checked his swing, did Holder, and did hold back for ball 2. 2-1, 1 out. Runner on first. Ridgefield trying to keep this margin at 2 and trying to get their first win against the Pippins. Stymied so far against Yakima Valley, who swept Ridgefield in the first series. Swung on and fouled at the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. With one out here in the top of the 6th. Yakima Valley and Ridgefield had a fun series. Started out with an exciting game, although a grinding game for the Raptors, who went 12 innings and a walk-off loss. By that game's conclusion, they had gone 25 innings in a 24-hour period. A 13-inning walk-off win followed off by a 12-inning walk-off loss in successive nights. Off speed on the 2-2 stays high. Full count, 1 out, 1 on to Taylor Holder. Plante takes his lead at first, being held on there. Here's the payoff pitch from Jacob Freed. Swung on and barreled up to center field. Going back and having no room to get there is McDowell. It lands over the fence in right center field. Taylor Holder gets his first dinger of the year. A 2-run bomb that passed over the batter's eye. Had it gone over straightaway center, it went over right center, but had the distance and gets out for the second home run of the day for the Pippins. They lead at 5-1. Second 2-run home run of the day, one by Noah Williamson and one by Taylor Holder. His first home run of the season. He's gotten his first 2 hits of the year today, just his second game played for the Pippins. And he gets his first long ball of the year. Connor Cabalas to the plate. 5-1 ball game. Jacob Freed throws a strike to Cabalas, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2 with a walk today out of Gonzaga. Freed out of the stretch, throws, swung on and missed by Cabalas. He's ahead 0-2. After Ryan Pitts gave up that 2-home run, he got the very next 2 batters out to end the inning. Similarly, this home run being hit with 1 out, so Jacob Freed trying to repeat that and get 2 straight outs to end the inning. He's ahead 0-2. Flared foul on the next pitch by Cabalas. Stays an 0-2 count to the native of Spokane, Washington, who had a double play in the first inning. Then a ground out, then a walk. 0-2 pitch hit hard to left center field. Going over is McDowell. Might have a play, and he does step in front in left center for out number 2. Similar to the third inning, where after the home run, there was a fly ball to the left field side of the outfield. And then it was followed by a strikeout. So if the Raptors can repeat history, Willie Lajoie will strike out. However, that's a tough task. He tends to put the ball in play, as he's done all 3 times today. First pitch is a strike from Jacob Freed. Lajoie put 3 balls into the outfield, 2 of them going for singles, 1 of them for a fly out. 2 for 3 in the day to extend his hit streak to double digits. 0-1 pitch from Freed. Outside at 88 miles an hour. 2 outs, nobody on. 5-1 is the lead. The half inning after Ridgefield gets 1 run in, their first of the ball game, Yakima Valley makes that up and a little bit more. 2 runs in this inning. Pitch down low. 2-1 from Jacob to Willie Lajoie, descendant of Nat Lajoie, the first player in professional baseball history to make $4,000 in 1 season. Willie now grounds 1 to third. Patrick Stark fields in foul territory, and it is indeed ruled foul. Runs the count to 2-2. Granted, $4,000 in today's money is somewhere around $120K. But back in the late 19th century, $4,000 also not too bad, and he was the first to get there. Now his descendant and Willie Lajoie at the plate. 2-2 pitch outside. Full count, 2 outs. Willie says he's not heard all that many stories about Knapp. He's enough generations behind that there's not as much of a tangible, noticeable. Hasn't heard that many stories, but it's just a cool story to tell at parties. Payoff pitch to Willie, hit to center field. McDowell coming in, will lay out and make the catch. Micah McDowell makes 2 straight catches in center field, diving for the second one and ending the inning on a fly out to center. Jacob Freed does give up the home run, but then 2 straight outs after that to end the 6th. We head to the bottom half of inning number 6. It's the Yakima Valley Pippins 5 and the Ridgefield Raptors 1.
A lot has changed in Clark County since C-Tran began service in 1981. We've changed with it. 30 bus routes, 2 bus rapid transit projects, and millions of rides later, C-Tran has grown into an award-winning transit system serving Clark County, including the city limits of Ridgefield. Please join C-Tran in celebrating an amazing 40 years serving you, our community, with activities happening in 2021. Look for details at c-tran.com, and thank you for 40 great years.
The win-win value lineup from Buffalo Wild Wings gets you more for less with buy one, get one free traditional wings every Tuesday. It's like diving for pearls and finding the lost city of Atlantis. And they've got BOGO free wings. Get yours for dine-in, takeout, or delivery on Wing Tuesdays at B-Dubs. BOGO of equal value at participating locations. Not valid with other offers. Size exclusions apply while supplies last. Limit 1. Delivery and takeout limited time. Delivery offer valid on Buffalo Wild Wings website and app subject to availability. Fees may apply plus taxes.
Majestic day for baseball here in southern Washington. The sun about a half hour away from setting. It's 73 degrees. The clouds burning off a bit. Partly cloudy day in Ridgefield. And 2 more great days tomorrow and the day after on a weekend leading up to a weekend where it'll reach 106 in Ridgefield. Tomorrow, a mere 81 degrees. To lead off the inning is Cole Ehrman. First pitch from Owen Wild is upstairs, ball 1, and a score that favors the Pippins right now. 5-1 is the score, bottom of the 6th. Owen Wild back out to pitch, throws another ball just low, 2-0. Owen came in, has faced 1 batter. It was with the bases loaded, 2 outs. It was Will Chambers. Got him to strike out, and now comes out with the bases empty to start out the 6th. Cole Ehrman gets a hold of one into deep center field. Going back is Williamson to the fence and steps 1 final tiny little step back in front of the fence to pull it in for the leadoff out. Look like Cole Ehrman had his first home run of the year for a moment, but it dies at the warning track, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tafton Hensley to the box. Tafton has walked and flown out today. 7 hits on the year and 22 at-bats. Just trying to get him on base and use his speed. 1 out, breaking ball inside. 1-0 to Tafton, who went 1 for 7 on the weekend in his first games since June 8th, facing the Nighthawks. Now takes a 1-0 pitch at the knees. 1-1 to Tafton. Infield playing towards the lines. Outfield playing pretty straight up, deep in center. Tafton takes a heck of a swing at the 1-1. Doesn't get it. 1-2 to today's left fielder. He's played center field most of the season. And now with Micah McDowell coming in, he's playing center, Tafton in left. Nice diving catch by Micah to end last inning. Tafton sprays one to right field and foul. On the 1-2 pitch, 1 out. Nobody on base, bottom of the 6th. The Pippins scoring 3 in the 3rd and 2 in the top half of this inning. Now in the bottom of the 6th, Ridgefield trying to add to their 1-run count so far. 1-2 pitch is upstairs, 2-2. Owen Wild wiping away the pellets at the mound. It's an all turf field, so don't need to get the dirt out of the way. Here's the 6th pitch of the at-bat, swung on and missed, and he has struck out 2 of the 3 batters he's faced today, has Owen Wild out of Gonzaga, and he puts down 3 Raptors in a row to end last inning. To start out this inning, Micah McDowell to the plate, looking for his first hit in West Coast League play as a Raptor. The center fielder has a pair of ground balls on the ball game. First pitch to Micah, takes a big hack at it and doesn't get it. Micah, who prepped at Okotoks with the prep program there. He's from Halifax. Bit of a trip to Okotoks. A strike on the 0-1, a called strike to Micah. Spent about 2 years there in Okotoks and made his way to Oregon State. 0-2 pitches, swung on and missed. 3-pitch strikeout, and it's Owen Wild striking out 3 of the 4 batters he's faced. 2 punch-outs in this inning. He faces the minimum in a 1-2-3 frame. Keeps it a 5-1 ball game here in this contest between the two league leading teams, the two division leading teams, the North and the South facing off. And right now it's the North leading. It's the Yakima Valley Pippins 5 and the Ridgefield Raptors 1 through 6 complete innings.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, the Yakima Valley Pippins have scored in 2 different innings today. They've made it count, both multiple run innings. They've scored 5 in the ball game. The Ridgefield Raptors 1 run in the contest through 6 complete. It's 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Pippins. For the Raptors, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. And a new pitcher for Ridgefield coming in after 1 inning of work for Jacob Freed. In comes number 1, according to his jersey number, and the 4th pitcher of the ball game, Joey Martin, enters. Joey out of Dallas Baptist University, has played for the Raptors back in 2019, and now in this season he's making his 4th appearance. He is 1-0 on the year, has gone 6 1/3 innings for Ridgefield, striking out 11, walking 8, just 2 hits, an ERA of 2.84. Hometown of Comfort, Texas. He's a 6', 185 southpaw. Pitching for his 3rd different college. He's currently at DBU, formerly at Kansas State and McLennan Community College. Now facing Noah Williamson, who's also on his 3rd college, Point Loma to Santa Barbara Community to Everett Community College. And so 2 well-traveled individuals facing off against each other to open up the top of the 7th. Big swing and a miss from Williamson, who had a 2-run home run back in the 3rd inning. He has since grounded out once to lead off the 5th. He's now leading off the 7th, 1 for 3 in the ball game, which actually will reduce his batting average. Came in batting .400. The 0-1 pitch from Martin, another big swing, and missed it. He swings hard, does Williamson, and when he gets a hold of it, he sends it for a ride. Came in 2nd in the league in slugging percentage, behind only Will Chambers, who has a double today. So both the league leaders in slugging have extra base hits. 0-2 is the count, 5-1 is the score. Pippins on top. Here's the pitch from Martin out in front of it on the 73-mile-an-hour offering, and Williamson grounds it off the netting into the waiting hands of Kyle Crustangel, 3rd base coach, who hands it to his head coaching counterpart, or one of the players over in the Raptors dugout. 0-2 is the count from Martin out of the stretch. Breaking ball, backdoor slider, got him looking, and Williamson strikes out for the first time today. And the strikeout king from 2019, Joey Martin, gets an inning opening punch out, 1 away in the 7th. Joey, who struck out 67 opponents in 2019, is already up to a dozen on this season in just 6 2/3 innings. Next batter he will face is Mason Marenko. First pitch down low from Joey, who, at least by one measure, I think it's at DBU or one of the colleges, listed his hometown as Kaufman, Texas, his birthplace is Comfort, Texas. Neither of those are actually true, he told me today. 1-0 pitch catches the zone, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. 5-1 lead for the Pippins. Top of the 7th with Yakima Valley at the plate. Joey Martin did indeed grow up in Texas. He's a Texas boy, he'll refer to himself, so it's generally correct in spirit. Inside in the 1-1, and it may have hit him, and indeed did get Marenko. He seems to be okay, and he'll trot down to first, but it bounced up off perhaps his foot or wherever it was. The batting helmet came off. At first it looked like it was coming inside, and then I lost it wherever it hit him, but he trots down to first for a hit by pitch. 1 on, 1 out. Sam Olson to the plate, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game, a single and a walk with a strikeout. 5-1's the score. Yakima Valley on top. Joey Martin back to the stretch again. Bounces the first pitch. Good block by Ehrman. 1-0. Joey is actually born in Minnesota, where his family is primarily from. Moved when he was 7 to Comfort, Texas, and grew up there. So he was not born in Comfort, like the bio says. On the inside half, a strike. 1-1's the count. So it lists his birthplace is Comfort and his hometown is Kaufman. He was actually born in Mapleville, Minnesota. His hometown should be Comfort, and then he never actually lived in Kaufman. That's where his parents moved to after he went to college. Sprayed down the right field line on the 1-1 pitch. It lands fair, and one hops the wall. Caden Connor fields, throws back in, and they will not wave home the runner from first. Marenko holds. It's a 1-out double for Sam Olson. And there are now runners on second and third for the Pippins with a 5-1 lead for Yakima Valley. And 1 out in the inning for Alex Shanks coming to the plate. Just the third hit that Joey Martin has allowed all season. Giving up more walks than hits. 8 walks on the year, just 2 hits, but now a third. And the first extra base hit that Joey Martin has allowed. First pitch to Shanks is down low. Infield is playing in now for the Raptors, trying to prevent a 6th run from scoring in this contest. It's 5-1 right now, 1 out. Martin out of the stretch. The southpaw deals the 1-0 pitch. Bends in, a called strike. 1-1 from Joey Martin. First base is open. We'll head to the 8-hole hitter after this, Austin Plante, who is on deck. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, swung out ahead of it, and it's 1-2 to Alex Shanks. Gonzaga University for Alex, has a single on the day, a fly out and a strikeout as well. Runners on second and third as Yakima Valley tries to put some more distance from the Raptors, but Ridgefield trying to keep it close, and still 3 innings to work with offensively. Big swing and a miss from Shanks on the 1-2, and Martin has struck out 2 in this inning. 1 looking, 1 swinging. He has bookended the strikeouts around a hit by pitch and a double. Trying to work around some danger. Austin Plante to the bat. He himself has struck out once, singled and walked. Scored last inning. Off speed on the first delivery is called a strike from Joey. 0-1 is the count with 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Ridgefield has stranded the bases loaded earlier in this game. This would be a big help to strand 2 on the outer black, and strike 2 from Joey. Already with 2 strikeouts in the inning. This is his first inning of work here in this ball game. Went 3 innings against Yakima Valley earlier this year, gave up 1 run. Now trying to go scoreless here in the 7th. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, got him looking, and he strikes out the side. No worries about the double and the hit by pitch. A goose egg on the board in the 7th. And Joey Martin gets his 12th, 13th, and 14th strikeouts of the season. On his way to threatening to be a 2-time strikeout king in the West Coast League. Still, the Pippins do lead this contest. It's 5-1. It is time to stretch. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go in Ridgefield.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential midsize utilities in the West by J.D. Power, 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Owen Wild back to the mound for the Yakima Valley Pippins. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Yakima Valley 5 and the Ridgefield Raptors 1 on a day that's been a fun day for the West Coast League, not only in terms of some fun Tuesday night games, but also in the news as far as the collegiate All-American teams being announced from the nearly finished college baseball season. The All-American squads announced today, and across the All-American teams, first, second teams, for example, the 7 different players making All-American who are West Coast League alumni. And that includes a Ridgefield Raptor who was named All-American this season. As we lead off the bottom of the 7th inning, Owen Wild deals a first pitch ball to Patrick Stark. 5-1's the score. Aaron Zavala being named All-American, former Raptor in 2019. Down low in the 1-0 pitch, just barely missing low. 2-0 to Patrick Stark. Zavala, who played in 2019, hit .392 for the Oregon Ducks this year, and the outfielder was named All-American. 2-0 pitch hit high backwards from Patrick Stark, who singled in the 5th inning and scored. Struck out in the 3rd. Is the only Raptor to touch home plate today. It's 5-1. Pippins leading. Bottom of inning number 7. 7 different West Coast League players named All-American. Again, a foul ball in back of home plate. This one held by the netting. It's 2-2 to Patrick Stark. Just finishing his high school career at Redondo Union High, not far from Loyola Marymount. Comes from Redondo Beach, which he says is about 30 minutes away from the campus at Loyola Marymount, where he'll play his first year of college baseball this spring. Hits one high again, and this one will tail up and out behind home plate for a 3rd time. So 3 straight foul balls, all behind home. 3 different trajectories to get there. A line drive, a blooper, and a towering foul ball behind home. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and hit towards short. A one-hopper fielded by Cabalas, throws to first and gets him in time. Good play by Cabalas, and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up the 9-hole hitter and Tanner Jocks, who's 1 for 2 in the contest. Had a single to extend that 5th inning. That ultimately led to a run scored, but he was stranded at 3rd in that inning. Now comes out for his 3rd plate appearance. First time facing Owen Wild today. Owen, the right-hander, deals and gets Tanner Jocks to swing and miss. In the on-deck circle, leadoff man John Peck, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game with the only RBI today for Ridgefield. 0-1 is just high. 1-1 from Owen Wild. The Gonzaga Bulldogs, 6'3", 230, against the Linfield Wildcat of Tanner Jocks. Swings and grounds one to short. Cabalas will make a diving attempt and can't get there in time. Tanner Jocks has a 2-hit ball game. A single up the middle for Tanner. 5th hit of the day for Ridgefield. And with 1 out, the top of the lineup coming up. Ridgefield needs some runs here. They're down by 4 and are down to their final 5 outs in the contest. Just starting out this series, Yakima Valley in town for 2 more games after today. They have won the first 3 games against Ridgefield this season. Have not played a West Coast League series since that series sweep. June 11th, 12th, 13th. Up in Yakima. First pitch to John Peck is up. Ball 1 to John, who is facing Owen Wild for the first time today. He saw a heck of an at-bat. 12 pitches to John Peck in his most recent plate appearance back when he was facing Seth Kuykendall. 1-0 pitch is outside, ball 2. Peck kept on fouling pitches, most of them down the right field line. One of them just barely fouled on the left field corner, almost home run distance as well, and then hit a double into right center field. His 6th double of the season to tie up the league lead in that category. 2-0 pitch upcoming with a runner on first and 1 out. Swings and fouls one off. in true consistent fashion for the Pepperdine infielder. Leads the team with 14 runs scored. He was stranded, however, at second back in the 5th inning. Now trying to make something happen in the 7th. 5-1 deficit for the Raptors. Bottom half of the inning, 1 out, 1 on. Owen Wild out of the stretch. The righty from the first base side of the rubber throws inside. John Peck has to lift the hands to avoid being hit by the pitch. 3-1 is the count from Owen Wild, who came in at the end of that 5th inning, got a strikeout to leave the bases loaded, then struck out 2 more in the 6th while facing the minimum. 3-1 pitch to Peck, doesn't like it. It was a ball, and John Peck works a 5-pitch walk. 17 pitches in his last 2 plate appearances. He's on board, pushes Tanner Jocks to second base. Ridgefield needs base runners more than extra base hits right now, but hey, now with 2 runners aboard, a double wouldn't hurt. And Caden Connor, who has 7 doubles on the year to lead the team, is coming up next. A mound visit now from Kelly Fitzpatrick, I believe that is, walking out to the mound to discuss matters with Owen Wild and Sam Olson, the catcher. Wild has been fantastic so far. The first 2 base runners he has allowed have been the last 2 hitters. Jocks singled on a seeing eye single up the middle, and then John Peck drew that walk. Caden Connor to the plate. Struck out in the 5th inning with the bases loaded. He is over 3, but he's got 7 doubles on the year. Even if you take out 1 of those being in the exhibition, he's got 6, which is tied for the league lead, and 2 players he's tied with are both teammates. So the Raptors just are out in front, the best doubling team in the league. No surprise, as a team, they do lead the West Coast League with 34 doubles coming in on the year and have added to that lead. Caden Connor would like to get another here. First pitch to Caden, he shows bunt, and bunts it foul behind home plate towards the on-deck circle where Kobe Morales underhands it back to Sam Olson. They'll just use the same ball, and Caden Connor will get a second chance of this one to either lay down a bunt or swing away. He's got runners in first and second, 1 out. A 4-run deficit right now for the Raptors on a 3-game winning streak, but the Yakima Valley Pippins on an 11-game winning streak. 5 games in the West Coast League in a row. Caden Connor grounds one to third base. Fielded by Myers, goes to second for the out, on to first, and got him in time for a 5-4-3 twin killing to end the inning in the 7th. Well, the Raptors unable to score a run here. They do get 1 hit in the inning and 1 walk, but they strand 1. 7th runner they've stranded today, and we are on to the 8th. It's the Ridgefield Raptors 1 and the Yakima Valley Pippins 5.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Play ball! Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
5-1 is the score. Yakima Valley on top as we head to the penultimate inning. Well, Ridgefield wouldn't mind if it ends up not being the second to last inning. That would mean they come back to tie this game and send it to extras. They have come back from a 4-run deficit in the 9th. This time they'll have the 8th and the 9th to work with, but right now they're in the field as Joey Martin returns for a second inning on the mound. Struck out in the side last inning, and now will come out to face the 9-hole hitter and Chaz Myers to open up this frame. 5-1 Pippins lead, top of the 8th. Myers at the plate with a single, a ground out, and a fly out in the contest. Takes a first pitch ball from Joey Martin. The lefty out of DBU, Dallas Baptist, is a 1-0 count. The southpaw deals inside 2-0 to Chaz Myers out of University of the Pacific, today's third baseman for the Pippins. 2-0 is the count, just starting out the top of the 8th. Yakima Valley scoring 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 6th. Ridgefield scoring 1 in the 5th. Here's the pitch, the 2-0 hit high in the air. Morales, the first baseman, going into foul territory to try to track it down. Reaches up and he just runs out of room. The netting just a foot too close in, and it lands in the grass. It is a strike, so 2-1 the count from Joey Martin, who told me today his dad used to play professional softball. Couldn't remember exactly what league or team Joey couldn't remember, but said made an appearance in a couple World Series in softball. And now Joey, a baseball player. 2-1 pitch, swung on and again found. This one definitely out of play. And Morales not even to give chase. 2-2 is the count from Joey. With no outs and nobody on. A 5-1 ball game. The Pippins on top. Myers working his way to a 2-2 count. 5th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Here comes Martin off speed. Just missed his 3rd straight strikeout, or 4th straight strikeout. Struck out the side. He did have a hit by pitch and a double along the way last inning, but he struck out the first batter and then stranded 2 by striking out the last 2. Here comes the payoff pitch from Joey, flared high and again fouled by Chaz Myers. We will see a 6th pitch of this plate appearance. Chaz Myers at the plate, 1 for 3 out of Brentwood, California. And the base is empty to lead off the top of the 8th. Another payoff pitch drops in there. The breaking ball called strike 3. And Joey Martin has 4 strikeouts in this contest. All 4 batters that he has gotten out have been via the punch out. 2 swinging and 2 looking. Taylor Holder to the plate. Has struck out once. That was against Nick Nygaard. Now he's facing Joey Martin for the first time. Holder had a home run in his most recent at-bat. 2-run bomb to right center field for his first dinger of the year. First pitch from Martin. It's a good-looking strike. 0-1 the count to Taylor. 5-1 was the score after Taylor hit that home run. That score has remained since then. Top of the 8th inning now. Infield playing fairly straight up, but a big hole up the middle for Taylor, who also has a single and a run scored. To go with 2 runs scored in total. Swings at the breaking ball that lands above his feet, and it's 0-2 from Taylor. Outfield playing pretty deep for the U of O rising sophomore. Right-handed batter against left-handed pitcher. And Joey Martin out of the stretch with the bases empty. Comes set and throws the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and Joey Martin cannot stop striking out batters. I don't think he could stop if he tried. That is 5 strikeouts. All 5 batters he has gotten out. And now the strikeouts swinging takes a 3-2 lead. 2 strikeouts looking. And it's Connor Caballas trying to avoid a punch out. Martin has faced 7. The only non-strikeouts have been a hit by pitch and a double. Caballas, the 2-hole hitter, comes to the plate. Inside ball 1. A fly out for Caballas in his most recent at-bat to follow up a walk, a ground out, and a 4-6-3 double play. 1 ball, no strikes from Joey Martin with 2 outs. Martin throws, it's grounded to short, maybe a non-strikeout here as Peck throws to first and gets the out, and Martin doesn't mind that it's not a strikeout, it does the job. A 6-3 ground out to end the frame. Martin a 1-2-3 inning, and it remains a 5-1 ball game. The Raptors have 6 outs to work with to make up this deficit. When we come back in the bottom of the 8th, the Raptors will bring up Kobe Morales, Will Chambers, and Cole Ehrman.
The win-win value lineup from Buffalo Wild Wings gets you more for less. With buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. It's like finding extra fries at the bottom of your bag, but they're boneless wings, and there's twice as many of them. What is this sorcery? It's Boneless Thursdays at B-Dubs, available for dine-in, takeout, and delivery. BOGO of equal value at participating locations. Not valid with other offers. Size exclusions apply while supplies last. Limit 1. Delivery and takeout limited time. Delivery offer valid on Buffalo Wild Wings website and app subject to availability. Fees may apply, plus taxes.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Kobe Morales will come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 5-1 lead for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Owen Wild continues to throw. They've only used 2 pitchers today. Wild came in the 5th inning to follow up a good performance by Seth Kuykendall. 1 run allowed by Seth. Owen Wild, no runs allowed. Thus, a 1-run ball game so far for Ridgefield. 1 run scored. Compared to the 5 runs to this point for Yakima Valley, we're in the bottom of the 8th. Wild will face Kobe Morales as the 3-hole hitter. 3, 4, and 5 spot for the Raptors. And Morales will come to the plate with an 0 for 2 line to this point. He does have a walk on the day. And trying to extend the hit streak at 12 games. He's had a double in 4 straight games as well. Morales, a left-handed hitter against the righty and Owen Wild. Starting out the bottom of the 8th, first pitch is swung on and missed. Owen won the count on the 89-mile-an-hour toss from Owen Wild. Gonzaga versus Cypress College in this matchup. Here comes Owen Wild for the 0-1, swung on and fouled on the third base side. Picked up in the third base coaching box by Chris Cota, who's trying to get his team to another comeback victory like earlier this month. 0-2 pitch, swung on and blew it by him. Morales can't find the 90-mile-an-hour throw, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout for Owen Wild, who has pitched tremendously today. He has now gone 2 1/3 innings, just 1 hit allowed and 4 strikeouts. Will Chambers to the plate. With 1 out, nobody on. Wild throws, and it's a ball outside. So Will gets a chance for redemption. He was the first batter that Owen Wild faced. That was in the 5th inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Will struck out. Now takes a strike. 1-1 is the count to Chambers. 1 out, nobody on base. Will struck out to end that inning, and then Wild has faced 8 batters since then, allowed just 1 hit. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Chambers, takes a big swing and can't get the barrel out quick enough. It's 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th, a 5-1 lead for the Pippins, going for their 6th straight West Coast League win. 1-2 pitch from Wild, swung on and missed it. Chambers disappointed with himself and can't find the barrel on that one. 2 straight strikeouts for Owen Wild. His last 3 batters have been a double play and then 2 strikeouts. He is in rhythm right now. Cole Ehrman will try to break that up. Cole has batted well today. Gotten the barrel on a couple of at-bats, a fly out to center, a line out right back to the pitcher, and he walked. So no hits yet, but he has looked productive. Now trying to find a base hit today, and takes a first pitch strike from Owen Wild, who has now struck out half of the 10 batters he has faced, but Cole Ehrman has not struck out today. Checks his swing, and it's called a strike on the 0-2, working up to 93 miles an hour from Owen. Base is empty, infield playing towards the lines, outfield playing very deep to Cole Ehrman. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed it, and it is a 3-up, 3-down, near immaculate inning from Owen Wild, who threw 1 ball in that inning. He needed 10 pitches to get through it. for as close as you could get to an immaculate inning without actually getting in. It's 3 strikeouts in the inning, and we head to the top of the 9th here in Ridgefield. It's 5-1, the Pippins leading.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, treats in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Well, it's turned into a strikeout duel of relief pitchers here in this series opening contest between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Yakima Valley Pippins. Owen Wild strikes out the side, throwing only 1 ball in that inning, 1 pitch off of the immaculate frame. 10 pitches needed to strike out 3. He's up to 5 strikeouts in his relief appearance. Joey Martin has also struck out 5, and he's back to the mound here in the 9th. More importantly, in terms of the game, it's 5-1 Pippins. That's a lead Yakima Valley has not trailed today. But Joey Martin has pitched well. Both relief pitchers, who are the active throwers right now for each team, have both struck out 5. Owen Wild facing 10 batters. Joey Martin facing just 8. And so he's struck in, at a higher clip than Owen Wild. Joey trying to keep the deficit at 4 runs. The southpaw comes in for his 3rd inning of work and will face Willie Lajoie to open up the 9th. Throws a slider to open up the at-bat. Tries to catch the back door but misses outside. Ball 1 to Willie Lajoie, who is 2 for 4 in the contest with a pair of flyouts and a pair of singles. The 1-0 pitch from Joey Martin runs inside at 88 miles an hour. 2-0 from Joey, who did finally get a ground out as a non-strikeout out. He also has a hit by pitch and a double, but he has not allowed any runs in his 2 innings. He entered with a 5-1 deficit. It's still that score. Similar spot in the 2-0. Actually, that one did catch the black, so it's 2-1. And Martin trying to deal with Willie Lajoie, who's at the plate with the 2-1 count. Outside 3-1 from Joey with Noah Williamson on deck. When Williamson had 1 runner aboard back in the 3rd inning, he launched a home run that gave the Pippins a multiple run lead. It's now 5-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch inside. Lajoie is aboard. He has extended his on-base streak to 12 games in a row. And Noah Williamson to the plate. Has gotten just 1 hit. It was a loud one. 2-run home run that went over the scoreboard. Grant Heiser hit a ball off the scoreboard in batting practice today, and it's impressive just to get it there. Williamson summited the scoreboard and perhaps hit a car out at Hillhurst. I hope not, but he could have. Now he barrels one up hard and laces it into left field for a ground ball single. And with no outs, the Pippins have placed 2 runners aboard here in the top of the 9th. Williamson has a multiple hit day. Pushes Lajoie to second. We're on to the 5-hole hitter. The good thing for the Raptors is that this part of the lineup has not been particularly productive for the Pippins. A few singles parsed out here and there. No extra base hits the rest of the way from 5 through 9 in the lineup. First pitch is strike to Marenko, who's 0 for 3 in the ball game. A couple of strikeouts for him. 0-1 pitch from Martin is fouled back 0-2. No outs, runners in first and second. The Pippins 5, the Raptors 1. Ridgefield has only lost one series this year. It was to Yakima Valley. The Pippins have not lost a series this year. They're 7-2, the best winning percentage in the West Coast League. 0-2 pitch inside. Blocked by Cole Ehrman. 1-2 is the count to Marenko. Has 3 RBIs in the season, looking to up that with Lajoie in scoring position, taking a sizable lead at second. 1-2 pitch is hit off the end of the bat and into the netting on the first base portion of the Rourke. Nice skyline here in Ridgefield with some pinkish hues as the sun has just set in view of the right fielder and second baseman. It's 72 degrees here just past 9 o'clock. 1-2 pitch grounded toward short and past a diving John Peck. They'll wave around Lajoie. Now they'll hold him at third. And that loads the bases with a no-out single by Mason Marenko. And the Pippins are threatening to add on to their 4-run lead. And to walk, a single, and a single to open up this 9th inning. Sam Olson to the plate. So there was one extra base hit in this part of the lineup. Olson did have a double in the 7th. He is 2 for 3 in the ball game. A single, a double, a strikeout, and a walk. First pitch from Joey Martin is a called strike. Joey with 5 strikeouts under his belt so far. 5 of the 6 outs he has recorded. And some strikeouts would help here, because a fly ball would still perhaps score a run. 0-1 pitch with the bases loaded is a called strike, so he's ahead 0-2 to Sam Olson at a U of O against Dallas Baptist Southpaw. And Joey Martin, outfield playing pretty deep. Nobody out, bases loaded. A 5-1 lead for Yakima Valley. Ridgefield will have their final 3 outs to come in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 0-2 from Martin. Swung on and hit up high into right field. Caden Connor digging for it. It'll go foul and land on the grass out beyond the right field side. Went about 300 feet, but landed in foul territory. And Sam Olson will have another 0-2 pitch upcoming. Bases are juiced. Short leadoffs around the way. 0-2 pitch is over the plate, but just low. And it's 1-2 from Joey Martin. Adjusts the ball cap, steps back on the rubber, and Sam Olson takes a practice swing outside the batter's box. Now they're ready to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bases loaded. Spiked this one as well. It's 2-2 is the count from Joey. Does look like there's one thrower in the bullpen for Ridgefield. I believe that's Carson Walters out there warming up in the pen. 2-2 is the count. Bases juiced. Here comes Martin. Swung on and hit into left field for a base hit. This will score probably 1. Lajoie does come home, and they'll hold up Williamson at third. And the bases remain loaded with still no outs. Olson an RBI single. And that scores Lajoie. Williamson into third. Marenko to second. And Alex Shanks is the batter. A pair of strikeouts in his most recent at-bats, a fly out and a single. Chris Cota comes to the mound to talk with Joey Martin. And I think Carson Walters may be coming in. Joey Martin does exit. He does have 5 strikeouts in the ball game, and he went 2 strong innings without any runs allowed. But the Pippins finally figured him out in the 9th. He gives up 1 run, and the bases remain loaded with nobody out. He is responsible for all 3 Pippins aboard, and a new pitcher will come in. Indeed, does look like Carson Walters out of Gonzaga. So he will inherit 3 runners. We'll give you his numbers and his background when we come back. The bases are juiced, no outs, top of the 9th inning. The Pippins lead at 6-1.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Found a giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got ants around my sink.
And I am starting to think the experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free. Natura Pest Control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natura Pest Control. Call today, get a quote for free.
With the bases loaded here in the 9th inning and nobody out, the Raptors call upon Carson Walters to throw some water on the fire. 1 run has already come in the 9th inning. It's extended the lead to 6-1 in this contest. The Pippins on top. They have not trailed today. And Carson Walters comes in for his second appearance in West Coast League play. He also pitched in a non-league game 3 days ago against the Nighthawks, when he went 2 innings, allowing just 1 hit and no runs. In his 1 West Coast League appearance, he went 1 inning against Bend, allowed 1 run. Walks was the issue. He only gave up 1 hit, but 3 base on balls, 1 strikeout, and left with the bases loaded. Ben Larson did a nice job of closing out with a double play after that, so he only allowed 1 earned run. Now he tries to return the favor for a different reliever. Joey Martin exits with the bases loaded. First pitch from Carson Walters is hit to left center field. Micah McDowell makes a play, going to his knees to make the catch. It will score Williamson from third on what will be ruled a sac fly. But a good play by Micah McDowell out in center field to make the running catch and sliding in on the knees to prevent another base hit. And that is the first out of the inning. It does extend the lead to 7-1. Williamson scoring his second run of the ball game. Marenko holding at second. Sam Olson at first. Next batter is Austin Plante. 1 out in the inning, top of the 9th. 7-1 is the score. Pippins on top. Second pitch of Carson Walters' appearance is a swung on strike on Plante, the designated hitter today, who has struck out twice, walked once, and singled. The lefty in Carson Walters out of Gonzaga by way of Twin Falls, Idaho, throws an 0-1 pitch outside, ball 1. With runners in first and second. Beautiful sunset out beyond kitty corner to first base behind the press box here. 0-1 pitch, or 1-1 pitch, curls in for a strike. 1-2 is the count with 1 out, runners in first and second. An orange skyline out to the left of the press box. Pinkish hues above the field here at the Rourke. 1 out, here's the next pitch. 1-2 is swung on and missed, and Carson Walters gets a strikeout. Plante is retired for out number 2 in the inning. Ridgefield pitchers have now struck out 6 batters just in the last 3 innings, and 12 batters on the contest. Runners in first and second, 2 outs. Walters now dealing with the 9-hole hitter. Chaz Myers takes a first pitch ball. Myers, who has singled, grounded out, flied out, and struck out, so he's done pretty much everything today except for walk and hit by pitch and single or a 1-0 pitch inside. Not to mention an extra base hit, but of course the Raptors hoping to prevent that. 2-0 is the count now after that ball on the inside part. And with 2 outs, runners in first and second, Walters issues a line drive down the third baseline and foul into the wind, which is blowing steadily out towards right field. 2-1 is the count now. Runners in first and second, 2 outs. Ridgefield down 7-1. Will have 1 half inning to work with following this. Walters has done well so far. Retires the first 2 he faces. A 2-1 pitch barreled up to deep left field. Going over is Hensley, and he cannot get there. It hops over the wall for a ground rule double that will score 1 run. And that actually helps the Raptors because Coming around third base was Sam Olson, and he probably would have scored had that ball stayed in play. By rule, he will have to wait at third on the ground rule double. Myers into second for an RBI two-bagger. And that does score Mason Marenko from second base. It's an 8-1 ball game. Pippins on top. And speaking of top, we go to the top of the order for Taylor Holder, who waits on the first pitch, a breaking ball upstairs, 1-0 to Taylor, who is 2 for 4 in the ball game. When he puts the ball in play, it does damage. When he doesn't, obviously not. He struck out twice, but he has 2 hits, one of them a homer. Fouls back the 1-0. He's also got a hit by pitch on the very first pitch of this ball game. Plunked him on the back. That's how this game got started. But Ridgefield got back in control. Ryan Pitts put a 0 on the board in that first inning and in the second. 1-1 pitch from Walters is hit up the middle. It'll get into center field for an RBI single. They will wave around the runner from second, and coming around to score is Chaz Myers. It's a 10-1 ball game, and now Holder tries to go to second on the throw back into the infield, and he is easily thrown out. He does get 2 RBIs, but a blunder on the base paths ends the inning, but not a bad play overall by Holder, who puts the Pippins in double digits now. It is 10-1 for Yakima Valley, and Ridgefield will come up to the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning. Down 10-1 in this contest. When the Raptors come up, it will be Tafton Hensley to the plate, followed by Micah McDowell and Patrick Stark. Bottom of the 9th coming up. It's 10-1 Pippins.
The win-win value lineup from Buffalo Wild Wings has bundles of wings and fries so you can get more for less. With individual size bundles starting at just $9.99 and the 40-wing family XL bundle for only $39.99. It doesn't take a degree in chicken economics to know a good deal when it's pecking you in the face. Order wing bundles for takeout or delivery, part of the win-win value lineup at B-Dubs. At participating locations for a limited time only for takeout or delivery through Buffalo Wild Wings app and website. Delivery subject to availability. Fees may apply. Taxes extra.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Trans Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown, and go Raptors!
Bottom of the 9th inning here at the Rourke. Owen Wild trying to close this game out and just use 2 pitchers for the Pippins today. It's 10-1. Yakima Valley leading as we open up this series. A few different series also getting underway today around the West Coast League. Wenatchee leading Cowlitz late in the contest at Story Field. Cowlitz hosting but trailing 6-4 against the Apple Sox. The Bend Elks winning today over Bellingham 6-2. Bend getting their first series win recently against Wenatchee. The Corvallis Knights and the Portland Pickles knotted up halfway through that game at 4 apiece. Here in Ridgefield, it's Tafton Hensley to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. A 10-1 deficit for Ridgefield. Hensley at the plate to lead off. He is 0 for 2 in the contest with a walk. He has a fly out to left and a strikeout. Hensley to face Owen Wild here to start out the bottom of the 9th inning and takes a ball to open up the at-bat. Owen Wild, who has pitched the last 3 1/3 innings, has faced Hensley once and now a second time against the College of the Canyons outfielder. 1-0 pitch is outside from Owen Wild. Bottom of the 9th, 10-1, Pippins on top. If they do hold on to win, they'll match Ridgefield in wins on the season. 2-0 pitch from Wild is hit up high. Hensley skies one into shallow right field, tailing foul, and it might get out of play. Indeed it does. And it makes it a 2-1 count. Yakima with the best record in the West Coast League. They played 1 fewer series than Ridgefield. They would improve to 8-2 on the year if they hold on here. Ridgefield is currently 8-4. Corvallis tied, so if the Pickles pull out that win against Corvallis, Ridgefield will stay tied for first in the South Division. 2-1 is the count from Owen Wild. Deals to Hensley and holds off, and the pitch up and in. 3-1. Still at 90 miles an hour in this performance from Owen Wild. So keep the bullpen fresh for the Pippins. 3-1, and Hensley takes a big cut, misses, and it's a full count to Tafton to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Yakima Valley putting up a 5 spot in the top half of this inning. Get some insurance. Payoff pitch to Tafton is down low, and for a team that needs some base runners, Tafton does a good job and draws a walk. 1 on, no outs. Micah McDowell to the plate. Micah looking for his first hit against a West Coast League opponent. This is his first game against a WCL team. He has a couple ground outs and a strikeout in the contest. Playing center field, he's had a good defensive performance today. A diving catch, a sliding catch, knees first. And now looking for a hit, swings and misses the first offering. Gonzaga versus Oregon State here, 2 colleges that did play against each other this spring. And now a Gonzaga pitcher throwing against an Oregon State hitter, not to mention a U of O catcher. So 3 familiar programs all forming the battery plus hitter here with an 0-1 pitch to McDowell. Takes, and it's called a strike. To McDowell's surprise, runner on first, 0-2 count to Micah. A 10-1 deficit for the Raptors, bottom of the 9th. The outfield continuing to play deep for both of these teams today. The wind blowing moderately towards right field. 0-2 from Owen Wild out of the stretch. Swung on and missed it. And Wild has recorded 7 strikeouts now in this contest. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. Patrick Stark to the plate. Bottom of the lineup for Ridgefield. It's Tanner Jocks on deck. Patrick Stark, who is making his West Coast League debut today. He's gone 1 for 3 with a run scored. The only Raptor to score in this contest. Medium-sized leadoff for Tafton Hensley, as now he's issued back to first on a pickoff attempt. No need to stretch it out here. You just need base runners, and Tafton smartly not taking too big of a lead. Just need to get runners on base if you can make something happen here in the bottom of the 9th. It's 10-1. Wild comes to the plate, and Patrick Stark fouls it off on the first delivery of the at-bat. Patrick, who comes from Redondo Beach, California, will head to Loyola Marymount. I like the incoming freshman. It's fun to get a sneak peek at the players before they even make their collegiate debut. And some of these guys are already out of the caliber of West Coast League players. Patrick Stark being an example. 0-1 pitch is outside. 1-1. And it's a credit to Patrick to give the start here on a big series against Yakima Valley. We're a quarter of the way into the season. Ridgefield has basically a full complement of players available. Finally, the roster kind of filling out. And so the starters have earned it. It's a 1-1 count from Owen Wild. Swung on and grounded towards third and out of the infield. And it's a single for Patrick Stark. He has a multi-hit game in his West Coast League debut. And it's a 1-out single for Patrick Stark. 6th hit of the ball game for the Raptors. Moves Tafton Hensley into scoring position with 1 out, and Tanner Jocks to the plate. Speaking of multi-hit games, Tanner Jocks has a pair of singles on the day. It's not a big slugger. He's only got 1 extra base hit on the year, but who needs doubles or triples when you can just single every time? Okay, every time is an exaggeration, but hey, he's 2 for 3 in the day, and he has a hit, at least 1 hit in almost every game this season. 1 out, and the pitch to Tanner Jocks opens up the at-bat with a called strike to Tanner. Out of Linfield, playing second base today. Batting .286 on the year, and that average will jump up a bit, even if he doesn't get on base here. With the 2 for 3 line so far. 0-1 pitch outside to the backstop. Hensley will dig for third. He will cruise in there easily, and Stark fills up the base he just vacated. 2 runners in scoring position, and now no force out at second or third. Owen Wild getting the pitch back. He's not thrown a lot of wild pitches today. He's been in command. 7 strikeouts now for Owen Wild. In 3 2/3 innings, half of the batters he's faced, he's struck out. But Tanner Jocks has not struck out today. Takes a big swing and misses it. Now he's in a 1-2 count. Runners on second and third, one out. The Pippins leading here 10-1. They're trying to get their final 2 outs to improve to 8-2. Ridgefield trying to protect the Rourke and get something going here in the bottom of the ninth. And on the outside corner on the 1-2, got the call, and it is a strikeout looking for Owen Wild. 2 away. 8 strikeouts on the day for Owen Wild. Top of the order is John Peck at the plate. He has walked, doubled, struck out, and grounded out. The only RBI on the day for the Raptors belongs to John Peck. Up to a dozen on the year. First pitch hit to second base. It is fielded by Marenko, throws to first, and the ball game is over. Yakima Valley takes a commanding lead and holds on to it in this contest. Final score, the Pippins 10 and the Raptors 1. That'll do it on this contest. We'll give you the numbers here in this game, so stay tuned for the post-game show here from the Rourke as the Pippins win it 10-1 here to open up this series. A 6:35 first pitch tomorrow and the day after, as Ridgefield still has a chance to win the series, but the Pippins are 4-0 against the Raptors this year. Pippins up to 8-2 on the year. Ridgefield at 8-5 now on the season. That does snap the 3-game winning streak of the Raptors, while the Pippins get to 6 wins in a row in the West Coast League and a franchise record 12 wins in a row in overall games, including their 6 non-league affairs. Well, let's go through the lineup and give you all the numbers on the day for Ridgefield. John Peck going 1 for 4 with an RBI double and a walk. Caden Connor was hitless today. Kobe Morales 0 for 3, did draw a walk. Will Chambers 1 for 3 with a double, also a walk for Will. In fact, 5 out of the first 6 batters all drew at least 1 walk. Cole Ehrman was one of those players who drew a walk but did not have a hit, nor did Tafton Hensley, but he walked twice in the ballgame. Micah McDowell went 0 for 4. Patrick Stark 2 for 4 with a run scored. Pair of singles for Patrick, so he's batting .500 in his West Coast League career. And Tanner Jocks went 2 for 4, so a productive bottom half of the lineup with 4 hits combined between the 8 and 9 hole hitters. That's 4 out of the 6 hits in the ballgame for Ridgefield. For pitching today for the Raptors, 3 innings on the start for Ryan Pitts. Gave up a 3 spot in the third, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks allowed by Ryan, struck out 2. Nick Nygaard came in for 2 innings, no runs allowed by Nick, 2 walks, 2 hits, but stranded the bases loaded in the 4th inning. He struck out 4 in his relief appearance. Jacob Freed went 1 inning, gave up a 2-run homer, did allow 1 walk. And after his 1 inning, Joey Martin came in, did 2 strong scoreless innings while striking out 5. But then things got a little sticky for him in his 3rd inning, and he ended up getting charged with 4 earned runs when Carson Walters came in, who pitched well, allowed 1 earned run in 1 inning, 2 hits. And the runs in front of him charged to Martin. And so ultimately 10 runs come in, all earned, and Ridgefield playing clean baseball in the field. They've been a good fielding team and no errors today for the Raptors. But the bats were hot for the Pippins. 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Yakima Valley. 1 run on 6 hits, no errors for Ridgefield. That'll do it for us here from the Rourke. Thanks for joining us. Tune back in tomorrow. Same place, same time, 6:35 first pitch from Ridgefield as the Raptors try to get revenge against the Pippins. I'm Josh Warden signing off from the Rourke for Jason Jenish and everyone else who makes these broadcasts possible. Thanks for tuning in from Ridgefield. So long, everybody.